multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, Lara, Ginger.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Of course, we are live on tour talking about Ready to Love Philadelphia, Season 10, Episode 12, and I think Q said it best. This episode was a 9.7. To then Braylon Lee, who said, and I quote, "Why was this a 9.7 when it should have been the whole season?" And Q then said, "My point exactly. My point made." Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you all here. I am here, the one, the only, the beautifully gifted. GG9 is here as well, everybody. Yes, indeed. We do have a lot to talk about. Good Lord. We do. All right, GG, you good? Okay, Gigi is getting her mic together there. With that being said, higher is Wayne, low is available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. We are in the studio here. Of course, myself and GG9 are here. Shout out to Talk with Solana and Q as well. We love them. I think Q will be here just a little bit later on. So yes, indeed there. Very big finale. Very big finale. I think that this episode probably was the most satisfying episode of the whole season. Sad that had to come at the end of everything. What's going on, good sir? Welcome in.
Family. What's going on, family?
What is going on, good sir? We just got started. Loud and clear, gorgeous. Loud and clear. Welcome in.
All right. Happy Sabbath, everyone.
Happy Sabbath, indeed. Q, I used you in our conversation to start this show of, you said, why was this episode 9.7? And then I said, well, this should be a 9.7 all season. Then you said back to me, point made.
Yeah, totally agree, bro.
And like I said, we trust each other enough that we allow each other to breathe and how we do it. I always watch the show on the day of our review. because I want to be able to sit with it, and not to mention too, it gives you guys more of a dynamic experience because I watched it today, right? But in the same token, we all still have an opinion when we watched it, that night when it came out, hours later, or today. But just from the jump, what were overall feelings about the episode?
Well, starting off, y'all know I had to send a message and was like, yo, I'm over here crying already. Like, starting off, like, what's going on? I was like, I love this. And actually, just to kind of go back to what you said. So yesterday I seen the message about the show, the episode being a 9.7, and Braylon, you stating, why wasn't it like that throughout the season? Which is something we've actually talked about throughout the season, is why are, we've rated what the episodes were, and they definitely haven't even been hitting past 8s. You know what I'm saying? So we've definitely not been there throughout the season. So for us to have this episode that we just had and it end out the way it did is crazy. Like, to say the least, just because we started out good. Like, I feel like even the very first episode could have been, hit at a 9.7 just for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that whole vibe, that was great. We started out great, we ended great, but where was it in the middle? Like, we slacked off in between.
Yep.
But overall with this episode, starting off, I felt like it really started off and kept us there, mainly with nephew Tommy and what he said, because I feel like everybody could truly see the dynamic between Cisco and Tay, and understanding the issues that she has with his finances. And I even believe like it could even been possible that production talked to Tommy and was like, hey, we think that they're a really good couple, but this is the issue. Or Tommy just could have been watching himself. We don't know. But
right,
for him to come in and address them personally and give up something so personal about his life to let you know success doesn't happen overnight.
No,
and success at the moment doesn't define who you'll be tomorrow. Okay, because success can be gained, it can also be lost.
Come on.
But for him to let it be known that, hey, I started out with nothing, but I had my wife by my side, and for her to help me, knowing I had nothing, look at where I'm at now. And because of her standing by my side, this day she doesn't have to want for nothing.
Not
you know what I'm saying? So I definitely respect the beginning. The opening off top was very emotional, and that's what actually got me in my feelings. Like, listen, just imagine being in the parking lot of the dispensary and you crying watching the episode, talking about, that is so sweet. I know. I'm sitting there and people just walking by, and I'm like,
Miss,
no.
excuse me, Miss, is the high sweet, or what's going on with you? You all right?
Are they out of indica? No, it's just nephew Tommy. He just is so
Wait. Who's nephew Tommy? I mean, and by the way, I will say you do look sweet, delicious, and like a Cinnabon cinnamon roll. The cream cheese beauty is dripping, but that's neither here nor there. Who is nephew Tommy?
Oh yeah, they definitely wouldn't say my husband would have tried to kill somebody. We wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Listen. Don't listen. If a woman looks that good, she on a high, and you say something like that, she's single and she's feeling that high. I am not responsible.
Hey, it is okay. And now, honestly, I mean, my husband loves it when I get compliments and stuff. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, you getting personal like that, it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, no, the episode definitely, like I said, it started off great. Nephew Tommy set it off, and I love the emotion to it. It touched Cisco, and I feel like it touched Tay. Tay understood what he was saying to her. So just for that right there, to me, even if the rest of the episode slacked off, that point right there would have took it up to an 8. Just just because of that motivation.
Fully agree. And I reported on Braylon's virtual tour live that nephew Tommy has been cancer free for 3 years now. He went through having cancer. I can't remember the cancer specifically, but I got the chance to
I didn't even know he had cancer.
Yeah, he went through cancer. I had the chance to talk to nephew Tom on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And he said, "You would like to give Steve Harvey a tour, Kent Stay?" I'm like, "Yeah, nephew, I would, because I'm trying to get in the door." But I will say this too, and for those of you who don't know, nephew Tommy has been a legend for a very long time. He opened up for Big Luther, not Little Luther, and he was making it do what it do. And Steve called on him. And when you get called on, it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. So he got called to be chosen, which there's a distinction and a difference with that space. And he's been running ever since. So to see nephew Tommy go from, open up for Big Luther Vandross, being on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, still one of the biggest morning shows in the world, to doing these prank phone calls, giving laughter to people, still on the road, making people laugh. And for those of you who don't know the backstory, Will Packer, once again, it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. But when you get the call to be chosen, that's a whole nother stratosphere. Will Packer said, "I got a show for you." He didn't say he had a show for Braylon. He didn't say he had a show for Q or for Gigi or for Solano or for anybody. He said he had a show for Tommy. And from that first season to now, that brother has been the host of the only black dating show on national television. Nephew Tommy deserves all the damn success. Every bit of it. And what he did here was amazing. Q, what is your take before we play this clip? Because I felt like that wasn't nephew Tommy I felt like that wasn't nephew Tommy the persona. That was Tommy Miles, the soul.
First though, like Gigi said, they opened it off with I was very happy. I really felt like those words were directly for Cisco. Not so much for Tay. I felt like those words for Cisco, he's speaking where he's at personally. You know what I mean? Like days do get brighter. You know what I mean? Days do get brighter. On the back end of a little bit for Tay for more. So just believe in him. Just believe in him. You know what I mean? And Cisco's pushing, and it was a tearjerker. It really was. You know what I'm saying? It really set the whole. It really set the whole episode up. You know what I mean? It really did, because you had a lot of bright moments. You know what I mean? And side note, might I add, me and Gigi told you what was gonna happen with that one situation.
Now listen, I did give y'all credit when I gave it to y'all. Q, don't start, okay? I gave y'all credit when it happened, okay? Because I even had to be humble. Okay?
I was waiting for it to come up later to bring it up. But thank you.
But the funny thing about it was it happened exactly what we said it was gonna happen. Maybe not.
It did.
You know what I'm saying? It's how we said it was gonna happen, bro.
In the words of Solana to both of you with your prediction, come on, guys. Okay, I gave credit where credit was due when it was time. But for the record, though, even with the articulation of Gigi and Q, who I love so much, of course, with Solana, we all still had our take at the beginning. There ain't no way in hell a black man can say that I buried a woman and burned a candle and put it in the ground on national television. That ain't changed for shit with none of us. So, we just keep the book, but y'all were right.
Yeah, that was wild too. I can't believe that. Can't believe that. I guess they had to post that, knowing the outcome. But they could have kept that one to themselves.
Listen, for that to have even been put out there and her to last to the very end and then pop off at the end, it's like, okay, listen here, somebody set this up. This is a setup.
Now you know Todd from Housewives had nothing to do with this scheme at all. This is a whole different damn network. We ain't gonna do that to Todd.
Now, see, I think that Sahara came to Cam on a bullshit.
Oh my Lord. Oh my God. I love this damn show. I love this damn show that we're on now. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about it. Let's watch it right from the space right here, right now.
Cisco, Tay, I want y'all to know this. My wife carried the load because I didn't have nothing. Gave me a car, gave me that I needed. She carried that load. And now to this day, my baby ain't got to do nothing.
Period.
Nothing. Period.
Talk that
So
talk.
I know what it's like to be where you are and not know where you're going and not know what's next. Look at me now.
Look at me now. Hey, now. Hey, Bullet. Hey, my man. Yeah, Cisco.
You got this.
I call him Uncle Tommy, and in true Tommy fashion, drop some nuggets, and I became emotional because as he's talking about that, I'm like, man, this is something that I'm experiencing. Come on, bro. I would definitely like to follow after his footsteps and having that true ride or die with you that's gonna have your back through the thick and thin. Thank you, Uncle Tommy. Thank you.
I have to tell you this, and I'm going to say this from a host point of view. I disliked what Nephew Tommy did at first, but then I actually loved what he did. Let me explain. When Nephew Tommy gave that inch, right, from a hosting standpoint, that mile to me, I felt like at first coming over and him seeing me, seeing him and giving him that brother hug of I got you. But here's where it flipped for me. Sometimes if you showcase the experience of the weight of why it needs to matter, they don't have any breathing room to understand the lesson. I'm going to say that 2 more times. If you define what needs to matter, they don't have any breathing room to understand why the lesson needs to matter. If you define what was important, what needs to be important, they don't have the breathing room to understand why it matters. So I understood why Nephew Tommy said what he needed to say, gave the peace sign and walked off, because that inch was a gift. As up to Cisco to open up that gift and utilize it every day. I've done my part to get you here. Now the journey starts for you. So, what do y'all think about that take from a hosting point of view?
Definitely agree with you, and that was definitely well respected and respectfully said. Yeah, I definitely see that, and even with the way that you said it, like you said, Tommy gave him the gift. Now it's on you, on how you cherish this gift. Is this a gift that you just toss away? You really don't pay attention to it? Because we've all been there and done that. Received a gift that either we really didn't want, we really didn't know how to handle it, or we didn't know just how useful it was, so we used it up and tossed it. But some gifts you cherish because either the person that gave it to you meant something, or what it was meant something, or how you received it meant something. So yeah, this was definitely that gift. You even though you're going through what you're going through and you're in the situation you are, that does not mean that you are not worthy of having a wife or being loved or even being in a relationship. Sometimes it does take for someone to have someone to believe in them. as much as we can all say that we're fine alone and we can do everything by ourselves, we don't need anybody. But truth be told, sometimes just that little bit of encouragement from someone else gets you through the day. Especially on them days where you want to give up and yourself is talking to you, telling you to give up. You need someone else to come and tell you not to give up. So I definitely respect Tommy. I respect even the walk-off, the peace sign. That's him. Listen, I'm about to toss you this alley-oop.
Yep.
You better slam dunk it.
Yep.
Here you go.
Yep.
So yeah, kudos, Tommy. Much respect, appreciation, and it's, blessing that you are still cancer-free. Prayers that you stay that way and continue this journey on, because he's definitely changing lives. This show is changing lives.
Yeah.
We need to create more true Black relationships, real Black love. Like, we need to be able to showcase that more instead of this, the dysfunction and the disdain and discord. Like, no, let's show the harmony. Let's show that we can grow. Let's show that we can build things. Because honestly, with what is going on right now, we really are all we have. If not, we will be conquered again. Okay? Let's not going to say too many words, but just pay attention. Listen, we got an orange peacock in the White House right now. Okay,
anything is possible.
And a little listed, and just what I'm saying. But yeah, I definitely respect this and respect what you said, Braylon. You hit it on the head. And
thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Q, what is and thank you, Gigi, as always, gorgeous. Love you very much. You know that. Q, what is your take? Is it the same as Gigi's, or do you have more to expound upon?
It's the same as Gigi's, but on the back end of it, as a man, before you into an opportunity like this to actually find love, you're thinking to yourself, am I in a position, if I found somebody, can I take care of them? You know what I mean? Can I put them in a better situation than they currently are? You know what I mean? Correct. Nobody ever want to come into bring another person down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if this goes to this, let's be real. This is an opportunity. You know what I mean? To expand your portfolio, get seen on TV more.
Yeah.
Do I really think he went in there 100% and say, "Dang, I might find somebody"? I don't know, but the opportunity for him to find work, there presented himself. Now on the back end, him finding somebody just put icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So, my thing was, I give it up to Cisco for being vulnerable and putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? So every time he talked, he said he had a job on the bottom of his profile.
Right.
Yeah, that was a great take. Good take.
No, absolutely. To that point, and Cisco, I'm gonna speak to you one-on-one. I know you older than me, but we are both Black men. Let's get that straight. Steve Harvey every morning at the end of his Steve Harvey Morning Show theme song. I think everybody knows it by now. Shout out to that legendary brother David Banner for doing that theme song. He says at the end of it every time, "One more time, man, Steve Harvey got a radio show. One more time, man, Steve Harvey got a radio show." He's been on over a decade. You know why he says it? Because that's all he had when he lost everything. I mean, everything. He was doing the Steve Harvey, sitcom, and, Steve Harvey's, Big Time, and, Apollo, Kings of Comedy, and everything else. And he wanted to do late night so bad. keyword, what he wanted to do. What you want to do usually can take you only so far, but what you need to do will get you everywhere that you need to go. From that, he got pitched Family Feud. He didn't want to do it. Said, I'm not a traffic cop. Didn't audition. Didn't mock game. Producers were laughing their asses off. And Gabby, who was the executive producer at the time, said, I see something here with Steve. Cisco Family Feud was on the verge of cancellation. It is now the #1 game show in the world. He wanted to do late night TV. Steve Harvey wanted to do late night. He came on daytime TV in 2012. I remember because it was Katie Couric. It was Ricky Lake. It was a lot of people. He still stood standing. Little big shots, Thunderdome, everything else. So sometimes in order to know what you can become, you got projected on yourself. So every time that, you get in an interview, say, hey, listen, I'm just Cisco. I'm just an actor, man. And the more you say that, when you finally make it, you'll be like Steve Harvey one more time, man. I'm just an actor, because that's all I had. Because believe me, this Brainly Virtual Tour live thing, this Brainly Virtual Tour brand, some days I've wanted to give up. But what I've come to recognize is when you've made it off of your own work, you will never be fired unless you fire yourself by not being about your purpose, Cisco. That's brother to brother. Okay? So, anyway.
You can only, the bricks you put down, nobody can pick it.
That part. That part. And how long we've been covering this show together as a fam? When have I ever spoke like that?
Right.
For any cast member. I mean, for real.
Yeah. And something else, like I feel like him taking the initiative to even put himself out there to be on the show, whether he came in initially feeling like he was really going to find love or not, or if he thought that this was just a chance for him to get on TV, I feel like he still put himself out there.
Yes, he did.
And because he did that, he got the best of both worlds, because this isn't going to be the last time we see Cisco, honestly. And something else I'm going to tell you, and this is just how it works. Him coming on there and expressing the fact that he isn't able to find work, that right there is, how can I put this? In a way, media gold.
Yep.
Because one, he has the look.
Yes, he does.
He has the voice. He's bilingual. Okay. So that right there, and then knowing that he is having a hard time finding work, he is about to get a lot of offers when it comes to television and just media, period.
Yep.
Because now they know he'll work. He wants to work.
Facts.
Now, this is also a flip side to it, because this is a time where you can be exploited. Because they feel like you're hungry, you're desperate because you don't have a job. You've expressed that so they can exploit you if necessary. Don't fall for it, Cisco. Be smart, which you definitely seem like you are. Not all money's good money.
That part. And also, too, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just the fact that he put himself out there, though, this isn't going to be the last that we see of Cisco. And I do feel like him and Tay can definitely work out. I could see them being together. I actually hope that things work out for them. And even if not, Cisco still will make it.
Absolutely. And
this show was a game changer for him.
Oh, absolutely. Q, did you want to say something? That I'll come right after you.
Just piggybacking off what Gigi said, but another thing about it is Tay is such an amazing woman. I feel like once she sees the vision, like, let's be real as at the fact of men and women. You know what I'm saying? Give a woman a home, a house, she'll make it. You know what I'm saying? You give her seed, she'll make it baby. So once she sees the vision, I feel like she'll be very helpful to his vision and help him, play it out.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to bring this to everybody's attention. I recently just did a live. For those of you who do not know, and if you watch the channel often, I don't play about my media, the industry, and who creates it for us. Y'all know that about me by now. Paramount Global is in pursuance of a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. I'm going to say that 2 more times for every damn body. Paramount Global is in pursuance of a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. Paramount Global is in pursuance of it. Now, to just, make long story short, Paramount has BT. Warner Bros. Discovery has the Oprah Winfrey Network. In order for the Paramount deal and Skydance deal to happen, that was $8 billion. They had to get rid of their DEI initiatives. That was required. Now, this deal goes through. They could do the same thing to Warner Bros. Discovery. And guess what happens when you combine companies? You can't have 2 black networks, can you? That's not to scare anybody. But some people are so concerned about a damn show and a fandom that you're negating the bigger game that's afoot, that the platform that's broadcasting that show and fandom you care about could be gone. Now, that's one side. On the other side, Cisco, Warner Brothers Discovery doesn't just have OWN. They have a whole movie studio, brother. Take that inch, utilize that portfolio, and make it a mile. So just, whew. Tommy, you see what we doing? We literally, let me see. How long have we done this show so far? 32 minutes and 25 seconds in, and we just invested in Cisco right now. That's what we do off of what your ass did. We never get this emotional in the beginning of the damn show. Damn it, Tommy.
Right, we got to move on so we can actually do the recap.
Shit.
But yeah, Tommy definitely, he set it off.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Kudos to you, nephew Tommy. You definitely, you okay. I see you, brother.
But let's be real. Tommy always had that one moment.
Yeah.
Per season, that one moment is like, okay, wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Because it's crazy to have 10 seasons. It's the first time we heard that story.
Yeah.
It's been 10 seasons. It's the first time we heard that story.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And by the way, y'all, if you want more intel on what I said about OWN and BET, this live right here with these 2 sharks. And yes, I got sharks up here because Shark Week is on Discovery. So one shark could be taken out of OWN or BET or both. That's not to scare you, but that's just to let you know, if you understand the moves that are happening around you, you'll understand what you're seeing in front of you. You can't be so caught up and getting entertained that we miss out on getting fulfilled and knowing what needs to matter. So, that being said, let's do what the fuck we do and do this recap. It's your fault, nephew Tommy. Damn it. Anyway, after that, now we get to
so hold on, before we just, I was gonna say, before we even move on, because Tommy, we talked about Tommy and what he said, but we didn't even talk about why he was even there saying what he said. Okay, so the reason why everybody's there is because this is the finale. Tommy is there to let everybody know what the ending is going to be, which is one, since the ladies met the fellas' family the previous week, they are to meet the women's families.
Correct.
Which is definitely, a good thing that is evened up. The ladies met their family, they meet their family, and at least I wish it would have been where they met the exes too. Because for the guys just to meet the girls' exes or potentials or whatever they was, I don't feel like that was fair. I feel like the ladies should have been able to meet the guys' exes as well, but it's neither here nor there. And then he let them know after they did their family date that, hey, this is going to be your time to reflect. Y'all need to really think about what it is that you want to do and who you want to be with. This is that time, like decision time is up. And then that's when, before he left, he wanted to make sure to speak to Tay and Cisco. And after he said that, Q, I definitely agree with you. I do feel like that was more so for Cisco. He did, let Tay know what the possibility is, even though this man is struggling. If you are a good woman and you hold on, you could live this life. But he was definitely speaking to Cisco from a personal point of view and speaking man to man to him. So, but yeah. And then after that, that's when we get into the dates.
Absolutely. So we're here with Angie and Hussein. As we all know, Angie has Hussein and Cam. Now, we all remember what Hussein did, right? There was a piece of intel that Rose did not reveal, just dropped it. Like, send us that pancakes that you can get at IHOP. We do take brand deals, ladies and gentlemen, but they gotta be equal for all of us. Amen. Praise him. Hallelujah. But with that being said, she did drop it just like that. And Hussein felt away. But for every action, Newton's third law, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so Hussein said that, Rose is not here. And I'm feeling away about you two. And it's just a lot. I'm overwhelmed. To use Bishop T.D. Jake's words, he was swallowed up. He really was. So because of that, listen, we cover all bases over here. Amen. Praise him. Hallelujah. But because of that, he's self-eliminated. And Angie was a real one and respected it and said, listen, whatever emotions he needs to get out is cool with me because I can't receive him. I'm paraphrasing here, but I can't receive him until he receives himself. So with that being said, what did y'all think of that interaction? I thought Angie was a good one for that. Very mature. I mean, it's the end of the road, so it's not like you could do anything, but just because it's the end doesn't mean you don't have an option of how you want to move. So over to you guys.
You can go first, Q, if you want.
I feel sorry for Andy. And then think about it. Okay, I really don't give him a pass on this one because of the blow part about it is. But to be honest, I don't give Hussein a pass. And to tell you the truth, I'm upset with him. Because at the end of the last mix or the last round, he was like, okay, I'm going with Angie. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with Angie. I'm going with Angie. That right there, what she did to me or not giving me that information, I'm not going. I mean, I'm not going. I'm like, well, bro, like, if it took that little bit of information to transfer you, you know what I mean? You should be very sure in your decision. You know what I mean? Like, that right there was pretty much the icing on the cake that she gave you, the information that you wanted. You know what I mean? All right. But Angie took it like a real, you know what I'm saying, and kind of accepted how he felt. But he chose Angie. That's the thing about it. You sat there and chose Angie, and you come to the date with all these mixed emotions. It's like, what? You know what I mean? If that was the case, you should have never ever eliminated Rose in the first place. It didn't make no sense. You know what I mean? Because if you were sure in your decision, you know what I mean, as in the direction that you want to go, you should have been very clear with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, for all that, you should have never got Rose eliminated. Angie should have got eliminated. That would have made more sense. But nah, I don't give Hussein no big ups on this one right here because he dropped the ball. And just because of one little incident, chose his destiny, and now he almost regretted. So I'm just like, well, bruh, should have stuck with Rose, kept pushing for Rose, and got over that hump. Not to just choose Angie, then to turn around and not choose. Didn't make sense.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But my thing is, the only reason why I say that I don't agree is just because I do respect the fact that maybe he realized that the decision that he made was not the best one. So instead of actually going through the elimination and it being to where he had to choose somebody, on that very last day, he was like, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and bow out and just go ahead and eliminate myself. But I definitely agree with you where there really is no respect, because you did have the person that you chose or that was closest to you eliminated because of something that you couldn't get over, which is actually very confusing, because what we see in the preview for the reunion, you have been in a situation similar. So to judge another person without understanding the facts, without actually having a conversation and just, completely cutting off somebody that you could have had a true connection with. Yeah, it's like, what was you thinking? You're sitting there with regret right now, because I feel like he knows what he did was wrong. And is definitely, hindsight's 20/20, or you don't know what you have until it's gone, and now it's gone. And he knows he really didn't have a connection with Angie. And another part that I do respect, and it's just because of this, he stated the fact that because he knows that he really doesn't have that connection with Angie, he would feel wrong meeting her family. So, I mean, it could have been a cop-out. Anybody could be like, oh, that was a cop-out. That was just him trying to be, find a reason to leave. It definitely could have been. But I would rather you tell me before you meet my family than at the time or afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes once your family meets a person that you're dating, the questions come.
Yep.
Where they at? What they doing? Why ain't y'all together? When are y'all coming over? You know what I'm saying? It's just like so many different things. So if it got awkward afterwards, like it definitely would have, I feel like, made things a little bit more difficult. But kudos to Angie. She definitely handled that very maturely. She gave him respect because she definitely was like, I would rather you work on yourself and figure out your shit before you come bring the shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't step on shit and track it in my house. So, regardless of how it happened, I'm glad that he realized not to mess up Angie.
Right.
Regardless of him doing that himself, okay, yeah, you did it. It's fucked up how you did it. But the fact that you went ahead and didn't ruin this good woman or feed her along, string her along just because you're trying to figure out something that you are unsure of, no.
For sure. And by the way, welcome into Positive Crash Out vlogs.
Hello, Positive Crash Outs.
That is a beautiful sister soul and person right there. Y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to her. And to the fella, she's a BBW. So, you know, she's a member of the Thickalicious Church of God and Christ Full Gospel Baptist Church. So, you know, we good. We good. I
Hello,
was just
sister. Hello.
fellas, and for the ladies there that go to that church, I'll see y'all on Sunday. With that being said,
Listen, I'm there Sunday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, every other Saturday. There was that third Monday that I went.
You know what?
You know what? My bad. Yeah. You know, since I'm a part of the congregation, you know, I definitely make sure that I go and do my check-ins and do roundses, and make sure that some of them is roundses. But other than that, you know, we just want to say, welcome in. Thank you for coming.
In more ways than one. Hello, welcome in. Glad
you know
to have
what?
y'all here.
Move the hell on, Braylon. Move on.
No. You don't. Now, see, listen. I did not set that up. No, I did not set that up. You said that. Okay, that triggered my response. Nope, I did not set that up. Nope. Nope.
You know what? I'm gonna sit here and sip on my watered down strawberry Dr. Pepper, and that's all right.
Hold on.
I need to work on the announcements for the next Thickalicious competition. So it's all right. I got to get the itinerary together anyway.
Yeah, put it together. That would be.
Make sure that the praise team leaders RV is good, because I'm her main guest on that RV.
Coming 2029, the Thick Olympics. Yes,
which by the way, the Thick Olympics, the opening ceremonies will be done by me and Q. Gigi will be live on the ground. That will be premiering on. You heard? Listen, we dream big over here. Damn it. Okay, that's what we do. Meanwhile, Netflix in the bushes. We don't know these people. We don't know them. We don't know them. Jesus. With that being said, I appreciate both sides of the coin. Q, did you want to say something to what Gigi said? Because I really appreciated both sides of it, right? It's like, you know, he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone, right? And the same token, the stone that you could have casted to hurt Angie, you didn't cast that. So you casted a stone, not recognizing you had a glass house, but yet you protected somebody's glass house. So I appreciate really both sides of the coin that you all gave. Q, do you have any more to add to what Gigi said? Because I feel like you were trying to say something there.
Hey, I totally agree with with Gigi when she said about him preserving Angie's feelings, like not stringing her along. I give him kudos in that situation there, because of the simple fact that, you know, it could have went south. You know what I mean?
Right.
If he would have chose, you know, kind of, you know, have been there for. But earlier in the process, Angie was sitting there telling Hussein, like, we can contact him. You should call him more. You know what I mean? He was telling her different things. So he knew all along his heart wasn't really with Angie. But I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know what he said and said, well, I'm going to choose Angie.
He only chose Angie because she was the second option. Okay, so we got to remember that all the way throughout this, his connection really had been Rose. Throughout this time, him and Rose have definitely been the most connected. Mm-hmm. Him and Angie's connection didn't come in until later, till closer to the end, which I think they actually started getting kind of close at the little vacation thing.
Yes.
Or like right before. But yeah, their connection started later. So he really didn't have the feelings for Angie like he did for Rose. And he was conflicted in his decision making already. And then also you got to think the connections that he had were the exact same as Cam. So in a way, I feel like there was some competition between them. Might not have been spoken, could have been an unspoken thing, but you know, you have two men that actually have two of the exact same connections, and both of them are trying to figure out, you know, who to choose. They're getting the same feedback from family and friends about these same connections.
Right.
It's like, you know, what do you do?
Correct.
And it's crazy because at the same time, him and Cam both had pretty much the same issue when it came to Rose. So that's why she ended up getting eliminated, because the two guys that actually wanted her really, I mean, they was done.
Right.
There was no reason for them to really keep fighting back and forth over her. But I will say, hold on, I'm sorry. Let me just say this one last thing. If y'all recall, I did say that I did not see Angie staying long or her having a connection. I said I did not see her staying out to the end and them working. Like that was never a thought of mine that them two would get together. So I already knew this was not going to be a thing.
Yeah, you did call that. Yes, you did. Q, did you want to say something? Then I don't know if we have any comments on this particular part, but I have a feeling that the chat was chatting on this particular part.
The stupid thing about it is, he took Angie to meet his family. So for you to not say that your connection, you had to have some kind of connection with him, but you don't want your family.
Yeah.
And your family picked Angie over Rose or you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and inadvertently, let's be real, a lot of times we either go to what's comfortable for us. A lot of times people go for what's comfortable and what's familiar. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
I really felt like Rose would have, I really felt like Angie would have complimented Hussein's personality more than Rose did. You know what I mean?
You know what? I fully agree with you, brother, because here's the thing, right? Sometimes, I think this has happened with men and women. Sometimes you will be so locked down on an option that you will eventually disassociate yourself to know that you can have other options. I'm going to say that 2 more times. Sometimes you will get so locked down on an option, which is singular, that you negate yourself from understanding that you can have other options. Sometimes you will get so locked down on an option that you will negate yourself from recognizing that you can have other options, because this is going to the point, and y'all let me know if I'm off with this. This is going to the point of what you need versus what you want. What you want is a woman who is put together. What you need is a queen that understands, listen, I lost the love of my life, but just because I lost the love of my life doesn't mean I'm lost in wanting that love. So the fact that Angie was vulnerable from the jump should have gave you some credence to understand that, listen, I'm still here because I want to be here, and I chose you because I see something in you. And that's more of what you need than what you want. It's easy to be in a fantasy when everything looks like Disney World. But what do you do when all you have is your shopping mall and you can't get to Disney World? Can you appreciate the fact you can spend time with that person at a shopping mall and y'all can pay for everything? Just, y'all let me know if I'm off or not, but that's how I see it, because I think Angie could have really been just as good of a choice. But, you know.
Totally agree. Totally agree. But and a lot of times, you know, when you sit there and eat cheeseburgers all day and you find out, ooh, I like steak too, you don't realize you're gonna hold it what's comfortable all the time. Well, always you eat a steak every now and then. It's kind of like, Okay, I like that too, but I like cheeseburgers more. The steak is way more healthier for you than the cheeseburger. Way more. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we sit there and go to what's familiar, what we feel like might taste better. Or you know what I mean? We go for what's instead of looking on the long haul. You know what I'm saying? This steak will help me, you know, is way better for it.
Right. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So
Yeah, that definitely is what happens, and that's a regret, and like that's like a zoom cam of regret right there. Like you just seen it coming, you've seen it happen, and it's like, yeah, he took Angie to meet his family, but to me, I feel like he did that because that was just a part of the process. And at that time, he was still trying to figure out and make sure Rose is who he really wanted. Not understanding that him investing so much time in Rose and what Rose was giving him might not necessarily been what he wanted or could have been felt like what he wanted. She was also throwing in things that he needed. And he wasn't understanding that. So once she was eliminated and it was down to Angie, he realized, okay, no, Angie's not who I want to be with. Rose might not be it either, because he really might have a thing where he can't get over her having somebody that's incarcerated. And I would really want to ask him, is it the fact that her baby daddy's incarcerated, or is it the fact that she didn't tell you in the beginning? Because if it's what do you think it is?
No, did you get your complete? Well, of course you didn't get your complete because I jumped too quick. But
great question, Gigi.
But go ahead and finish, beautiful. Then I'll come right after you. I didn't mean to do that, beautiful.
No, that's. I mean, I feel like that's what it is. Like it's just a bunch of regret. But I honestly wonder. I really want to know where his mindset is on why he felt so strongly about it being a deal breaker that he couldn't get over with Rose, to the point to where it's got him looking like he's lost sleep. He can't eat. He don't want to drink nothing because, you know, he's in a situation now where he knows this isn't where he wants to be. So yeah, like I said, but what do you guys think, just by judging what we've seen and what, you know, the information that we do have?
I think what it is, it's not so much the information, but it's how you release the information. I think that was the thing, right? And to add on top of that, you know, to what you said, that he can't sleep or eat, I think that he was so weak in the knees that he could hardly speak, and he lost all control, and it took over him, and he was in a daze, and it was so amazing that he was so discombobulated, and that's the reason that Rose's love made him weak. Personally, in the words of Michael Jordan, I took that personally.
All right, man.
So that's
but to answer your question, GP, I feel like if he would have told her early, it'd be another situation. That's what I really felt like. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, let's be real, if she would have told him, hey, my child's father is incarcerated, right? And she might have been like, he got incarcerated last year. You know what I'm saying? So from the time that they broke up, say they've been broke up 10 years, he got incarcerated 10 years after they broke up. That has nothing to do with Rose. You know what I mean? That's something on his choice. But the fact that he didn't tell him soon enough, you know what I'm saying, so he could process that information. That's what I'm like. Why? But that was a great question, because you look at everything from the totality of what happened. You know what I mean? And you're looking at it from Hussein. So is it about her not telling him, or that he's locked up? I didn't ever thought about it. Glad you said that, because you know, that was a great.
No, absolutely, and that's why I answered the way I answered, and also shout out to SWV for creating that great song, because I truly believe that. I believe the lyrics of Weak is basically how Hussein is feeling about Rose. Really.
Yeah, I still feel like I said, it's a lot of regret. But let me read some of these comments.
Sure.
So let's see. Shy says, I'm happy Hussein was man enough to self-eliminate and let Angie know, baby, I'm not feeling you like that. Even though he could have easily played with her because she was very openly lustful for him, which is very true. Says, see, back then I would have agreed with Angie's brother on her maybe being a little too spicy for Cam. But a wise man once told me on this platform that he's scared. This is a cop-out because this is a grown-ass man who fights fires for a living. What is about little Angie that has him shaking in his boots? Not to mention Sahara ain't much better.
Bingo.
Right.
INGO and Bingo was his name, cute.
So I'm gonna read this next comment, and then I want us to comment on these comments. Like, what do y'all agree with? So, All Family Podcast says Angie was leading with sex too much with both men. I think she was ready to get it in, but not ready for love. Where y'all at? What do y'all say? What do y'all say?
Wow. Well, I will say this, right? I think that throughout this process, right, there's only so much time that you can give to the process, right? It's a very rushed process. So, to me, I can see where that commenter, talked about Angie wanting sex, but also too, like, hello, all of them are single. Hello, so can none of them not have that, feeling?
Exactly.
When it comes to the comment of, Angie is spicy and, Cam fights fires for a living, Sahara wasn't any better. I'll put it like this. I would rather have Angie, who is a fireplace that the logs burn long enough for it to get to that heat, rather than having an out of control fire that I could die from mentally because of just how I move. And then the first comment, can you go back to that one, Gorgeous, real quick for me?
Yeah, so the first one was saying that they were happy Hussein was man enough to eliminate and let Angie know, baby, I'm not feeling you, instead of playing with her feelings. And also saying, basically, with Cam, you talking about you scared of things, and they said that's a cop-out. What about Angie has this firefighter shaking in his boots?
Right. And with the first comment, I fully agree. I think that, Hussein was definitely right on point for respecting that. But also, too, in the same token, as he respected Angie, he did not respect the weight of what could have been for himself. And it's difficult in this process because we've been covering this about, 3-4 seasons now. We've been covering it for a while. So, hindsight's 2020, but also too, you can't complain about an option that you could have had when you made the decision, which I think that was the Q's point as well. So those were my comments on all three of them. Q, over to you for your commentary on those three comments, good sir.
Like Brett said, we all adults. You know what I mean? So, I kind of like Angie being forward. Like, that don't mean I necessarily she about to give it up to you tomorrow. You know what I mean? But, men like feeling desired too. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
People want your significant other to, hey, that's not. You know what I'm saying? And I really felt like one thing about Angie and Cam, one thing about Angie's defense moving forward, Cam knew Angie was going to hold him accountable. Yep. You know what I'm saying? For his action. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's be real. The older you get, the more mature you get in those moments. You know what I mean? So, going or breaking somebody's windows, you might have done that when you were 17, 18, 19, maybe 20 years old. Angie's 40 now. So, the way she's going to deal with the situation might not be as violent at all. But you're going to understand where you come from. You're not playing. You know what I mean? Look at
correct.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what Cam was scared of, the accountability of him. And that was, that's how I felt about it. And I don't feel like that was a cop out either. I really feel like he didn't want anybody to hold him accountable. But it's hard. It's hard. You know how I feel about you. I've been feeling, you gonna have my bag. I'm gonna have your bag. This and this. So you kind of trying to, you really trying to keep her on your team while you sit there and try and dissect all the other connections. You know what I'm saying? And it came to bite us behind in the cut. We read Cam the whole way. We read Cam the whole way. We like, yeah, I knew they was trying to make Cam the focal point of the season. I knew they was trying to make Cam the
You
focal
did say
point.
that. Yes, you did.
Trying to make him the focal point of the season because of his indecisiveness. You know what I'm saying?
And Sahara called it out. But just Sahara got smoked.
Definitely.
A clock is right twice a day sometimes.
I ain't lying, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to, you can actually move to the next picture. I think it's Roseman, but I'll just say this before we move on. My take on it, because so we was talking about like Angie. We already talked about Hussein and Angie. I feel like when it comes to Angie and Cam, that was a backup. That was just him playing and having options, because him and Angie's connection didn't start until late. I don't feel like Angie really had a connection with anyone that was really there. She stayed because of her sex talk. And I'm going to say this. They're all grown. They're all single. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But don't get mad when that's all you're really known for or about. Because the rest of it, even Cam said it. When he was talking about his connection with Angie, what was the first thing he said? The sexual chemistry is there.
Yep.
Yeah, sex is important. It really is. But what else is there to you? Because on them days when you don't want to have sex, can you have a conversation? Do you understand the difference between sex and making love? Do you understand between, just there's so many different things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I understand, like, that's her, but I do agree with them. I feel like she was more lustful during the process, and instead of actually looking for love, she's looking for a sexual partner. And I feel like that it's not necessarily that she's not ready for love, but that could be her look on love, because she's so independent, and because she's not used to having someone take care of her. Sex is basically what she feels like a man can offer.
Right. And may also too, Gigi, be an outlet as well. Because it will
Absolutely.
Remember the conversation. She said that she was the youngest out of 7 people?
11.
11 people. Thank you, gorgeous, as always. That her phone doesn't stop ringing. So everybody has an outlet, whether it's sex, whether it's, drugs, whether it's, shopping, vacations. We all have an outlet. But I don't think that outlet defines all of Angie either.
Right. Absolutely not. There's a lot more to Angie. And that's the whole thing. It's like, for Angie, that's what I said. Her person wasn't there. Hussein wasn't it. Cam's definitely not it. Because even though Angie comes off with the sexual, energy, and she's very open about it, and, hey, listen, we can do this. I feel like she also needs somebody that can actually love her down. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just need to be loved down.
Yeah.
People talking about breaking down walls. Sometimes loving a person down will break down the walls. And I feel like that's truly what she needs. So instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the whole package. Hussein wasn't it. I'm glad he let her go so that she could find her person. And I'm glad Cam definitely didn't choose her, because, that's all it would have been. It would have been a smash and dash and pass on.
And also too, Hussein said, I don't know if it's I know it's not Angie. I don't know if it's Rose either. You know what I mean? To that point. So he did say that as well. You know, so it
I'm gonna tell you something, and I actually seen a comment on here and I actually agree with it. I'll read it later, but there's something behind Hussein. Can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something. I mean, we see on the reunion that it comes out that he was incarcerated, but there's something else. Hussein's got some secrets. Cam does too. There's something else up with Cam too, but Hussein definitely, like, I don't know. There's like hidden doors behind that Hussein.
Yeah, he don't seem like open book. He don't.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. I mean, to be this stoic, and then for the person that, I mean, to Rose's credit, she gave Hussein a very good shot. Only for you to have your own forest fire. You know, as Smokey always says, only you can prevent, forest fires. You called her forest fire out, but yet you had one meanwhile way. Shout out to Chris Hansen. Way back in those woods that you didn't allow Rose to see. So, just like, we can only judge what the camera gives us. We only judge what's on the screen. So, chat.
Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely a good thing that they, that ended. So,
yeah. So, well, with that being said, here we go with this situation here with Cisco and Tay. Now, this is the auntie. This is the cousin. I love the duality of the hairs here. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm going to say this. This dress kind of reminds me of one of the Hercules goddesses that comes on at the beginning of the movie, except they were in white and she's in, gold, cream color, caramel.
Listen, I'm stupid like that. When she said this is my auntie Goldie and my cousin, at first when I saw the gold dress, I said, wait a second, gold dust.
Oh my God.
She's very cute though. She's pretty. I like it. Like, honestly, I was like, wait a minute, she's taking this Goldie thing to a whole nother level. Like, shit. Like, at what point do you stop? But then I realized Goldie is the auntie across from her, and she's the cousin. I was like, okay, because wow.
I sincerely love this damn show so much.
Listen, when Mansa Musa was trucking to Mecca, this is not what he meant by gold. When he had the gold, I don't think. No, I'm just kidding. He probably did. Let me stop. Okay, listen, guys. I'm gonna be nice. I'm just kidding.
Boy, on.
Q, I have a feeling, and audience, please forgive me about the joke that I'm about to say, but I have a feeling with Gigi and her husband, they have smackdowns, and it's always Raw. WWE words, and whatever is next NXT, they're always ready for what's NXT. So, just...
And nobody tapping out, isn't it?
That part. Oh my God.
I ain't lying, no reference.
Right? Ain't no tapping out. We taking phone calls, eating dinner. We conversating. Keep going. Keep going. So how was your day? That's great. Love you too. No, right there. Hold on. Oh. Yeah. What do you want for dinner? Okay.
All right, no. Go to people's elbow. Here goes the people's elbow.
Listen.
Hit him with a suplex.
Woo. Lord Jesus.
Top rope.
And that's the bottom line because I fucking said so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo.
All because he smelled what Gigi was cooking.
I feel like there were times where probably, wait a minute, am I above or am I being taken by the Undertaker? I don't know where I am mentally. see, this is why I love our crew, because like I said, to be on this crew here and to give y'all the context conjecture connection, Gigi was already doing this with Solana and Q. And Gigi asked, do you want to join the crew? I'm like, listen, I'm very flattered, humbled, and honored. But, you know, also, I got to have a flow. I got to find the groove. I got to find my lane. And it took a couple of shows, but once I came in, that was kind of really solidified, the four of us. And so the thing I love about us is we set each other up, but also, too, we lift each other up. I'm going to say that 2 more times. We set each other up, but we also lift each other up.
Big time.
We set up each other, but we also lift each other up. Right. Now, see, if anybody else were to joke like that, Gigi's husband would be like, who the fuck is talking? But because Gigi has that personality, and because we have that personality, because we all know it's in joking, just in fun, we can go there. But we've also earned not only have we earned the right to hear Gigi's story, but we also earned the privilege of being a part of her story.
Bingo.
Say that again.
So, you know.
Definitely.
Because if I was any other man and did the WWE line, I feel like in the moment he would laugh, but my ass would have been whooped by now. Because how are you bringing 3 wrestling franchises in one fucking damn joke?
And no, he wouldn't have laughed. Listen, that now if he was anybody else, that voice would have came through strong like Barry White, and you just would have thought that Thor came down with a thunderclap. Because
and then what is it? And that's all, folks.
Right.
But since Gigi
live stream over
that part, but since Gigi did say Thor, I'm sure that he has a hammer that's a boomerang. Anyway,
you know what?
To Marvel.
Listen, now you trying to get me in trouble. Keep going.
Avengers Assemble.
Listen, that's what Cisco and Tay talking about. They talking about Cisco and Tay, baby. It's Cisco and Tay. It's not. No, we talking about the show. It's the show. It's the show. No, it's the show, baby. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Oh Lord.
Listen, I'm a comedian in my past life and when I go to sleep sometimes. So just know, okay, I come to bring laughter. I want to bring cheer and joy to the lives and minds to everyone.
Absolutely. Good Lord. Now, I did say this to Q and Gigi. I know I'm going to be a great media legend, but let me tell you, this mouth with the right crew and hosts, it's dangerous. Because this is all live. We didn't rehearse none of this shit. So all the comebacks and stuff, it's just smooth like that. I feel like one day when I'm live, the floor director and the director in my ear, what the fuck did you just say? Oh, damn. Okay. Well, I'm going to get my ass written down for the break. This is
going to be viral.
Wait, what you say, Q?
Yeah, we'll be viral about it. I ain't know, just let it go. We're viral.
Screen went to straight black. With that being said, okay. So we're with Tay, and Cisco, auntie and cousin. Questions are asked. How do you deal with stress? Cisco works out. You know, and the cousin was just drilling. And Cisco, proud of him because he right, like, I know you're drilling me, but I also want to hear what auntie had to say. I thought that was very good in being observant, because if you're coming in to meet a family, you want everybody's voice to be heard. So shout out to him for that. And auntie had a list. And I felt like his front cortex was like, I did a good thing, but the back cortex is like, oh shit, what the fuck did I just do? She got a list. So he wants the kids, the marriage, everything else. He brings up the barrier of the career choice. And at the end of it, they, you know, the cousin and the auntie both talk about, you know, these were good things, this, that, the third, but it's the lifestyle that's the question. But I could, and y'all will let me know on y'all commentary as well, but I felt, even though that was a barrier, I felt like Tay was more comfortable with it being brought up this time, because Cisco brought all of him, because he wanted to showcase the best of him to her family. And I feel like that solidified of, like, even though it's a barrier, you're coming through for my family. If you can come through for my family, you can come through for me. So what's y'all commentary on that?
Go ahead, Kiara.
My fault, but what you said the question was again?
No, I said, what did you guys think of this exchange? Because when it came to the not just the whole conversation, but when it came up to the barrier as well about the career choice, I felt like, even though that's been brought up multiple times, I felt like Tay like solidified her connection in this moment of, even though it's a barrier, you're not making it a barrier in front of my family. You're coming through for my family, so you can come through for me. So with that being said, the overall conversation that they had, what's y'all commentary on that?
I mean, my thing about it was just so wholesome. You know what I mean? It was such an honor to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Because I really felt like Cisco expressed herself well. He was very respectful to the auntie.
Yes.
And in a way, he kind of told the cousin, like, oh, it's not all about you now. You know what I mean? So hold up, pause 1 second. Very respectful.
But he did it with love, though. Absolutely.
Yeah. Not all about you. Let me hear what she got to say too, because she has some stuff that she might want to impart to me as well. You know what I mean? And it was just very, very. We need to see that. You know what I mean? We need to see that interaction. You know what I'm saying? We need to see how people can, you know, sit down with family and talk and express themselves. And every level of the person that was there got their point across and was heard. Like you said, was heard. And I know it was very healthy for Cisco to see the people that she called family or her family. You know what I mean? Okay, you know, if this right here are the people you're around, it would help soothe my heart even more. Like, okay, wow, I got an even bigger picture of your life. You know what I mean? So I know it kind of welcomed him in even more. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times he came in, they shaking hands. When he left hugging. So I know that interaction really kind of helped him the most.
No, absolutely. Very well articulated, as you often are, brother, for sure. Gigi, what was your take on that, beautiful?
Yeah, I definitely like the exchange between everyone, and her cousin definitely came out with the rapid fire. She had questions lined up, no paper needed. She was ready. Hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry about that. But yeah, I feel like it was definitely a great family dynamic. It let him see a bit of what he is, what he would be getting himself into. I feel like he fit in very well. It seemed like everybody was comfortable. There wasn't any tension. It didn't seem forced. Even though it came up about him and his career struggles, I feel like they've worked past that enough and had that enough as an issue for when it gets brought up that they know how to deal with it now. And the conversation that was had before even meeting the family with Tommy giving that reassurance and actually showing the possibilities, what can happen when you actually, stick it out. I feel like that helped a lot too. That helped solidify them and what they have going on. Now, a comment just came up on here and I want to read it because it kind of has me pissed off right now. You guys can comment. I'm gonna comment on it, but
Sure.
let me read this and yeah. So live me love or live me love, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. Cisco, as someone with Hispanic family and friends, you wouldn't date Latinas broken down because they don't play that, and you know that. You know to come to a black show and get a pick me, because they celebrate struggle, love, and riding and dying for dusties. That's black love for you. Okay, so I'm gonna comment real quick, and then y'all go ahead. As an Afro-Latina, I was actually born in Mexico. Okay, guys, like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I grew up Hispanic, even though, well, after coming to the United States, shit changed. But anyway, it's another fucking story. Anyhow, but still, that comment hits me differently because one thing about Hispanics is they struggle. They struggle like black people.
Right.
Okay. And just as much as they struggle, the love that they have for each other and them riding and dying for each other, which they do literally, shows that it's not about race, but more so about love of the person. I don't care who you are. And let's just put it out there. It's not like he's just fully Hispanic. Okay. He's got black in him too. And I think I've given a little history lesson for some, but Hispanics are black. Spaniards are mixed with Africans. Cubans, Dominicans, Mexicans, all of them. If you traced your DNA, you'll find you have black in you. Okay? So, again, I don't feel like this has to do with him being Hispanic and for them to say you'd run over or, to go to a black show and get a pick me. I don't feel like Tay's a pick me. Tay is a woman who stands on her own. Tay is a woman who definitely does not have to go out and search. I feel like she has candidates and people that possibly want her. But for her to put herself out there and open herself up to the possibility of love, that is not saying that she's a pick-me. And Cisco coming to this show, whether it was to find love or whether it was for him to network or to get on the show and showcase his face, regardless of whatever the case is, this was his choice to do. But still, in the thick of it, the whole purpose is to find love. Mm-hmm. Regardless of who you are, love is going to happen. There are white couples who struggle and still ride or die. Black couples love and ride or die. Hispanics, Asians, all of them. Like, so love, like, no, I really don't like that, especially to say because they celebrate struggle, love, and riding and dying for dusties. Like, yeah, I mean, we could pull up some dusty Hispanics. We can pull up some dusty white people.
Yeah, I was about to say there's dusties in every culture at this point.
There's dusties everywhere.
We have a whole dusty and a dusty administration that don't give a fuck about anybody.
Thank you. Just dusty. But
So,
guess what? They married, they got kids, they're in love. Does that mean that you know what I'm saying? Because you possibly have less than the next person that you aren't deserving of love, or
absolutely.
that you can't go find love in different races or cultures? No.
Right. I will
So I feel like that was a very ignorant comment or statement, but
I
yeah.
will say this. Very ignorant. There is a movie that Eva Longoria did called Flamin' Hot. It's on Hulu. It should have been released nationwide and internationally. It's about brother Mr. Montanez. He didn't graduate college. He didn't graduate. He didn't graduate high school. He didn't go to college. But he, was in the streets, making it do what it do, and he needed a job at Frito-Lay. He was a janitor, and he was on the floor, and he learned how to make chips, this and the third, and Pepsi was going through a rough time. And y'all know the Flamin' Hot flavor that everybody loves so much that you see it on pretty much everything now. Well, not everything, but it was in Mountain Dew. It's on Jacqueline's beef jerky, everything else. That brother pulled a Braylon Lee. He made the Flamin' Hot, got to the CEO, and they started making it happen. Now, it was rough at first. I'm giving a synopsis of the movie, but still go watch it, because my words, although I'm a great storyteller, it's not the same without the pictures and the audio. It was a bit rough, and then him, Mr. Montanez, and his wife and his community rallied behind him, and that Flamin' Hot literally saved the company, to the point where Mr. Montanez became the director of multicultural marketing at Frito-Lay and was there for 25 years. And his Flamin' Hot flavor is still here today. So please, before you open up your mouth, do your fucking damn research. Because it's always the dusties that are in the comment section talking about other people being dusty, but let their life be shown on TV. They probably aren't shit their damn self. Q, over to you.
My brother and my sister said it all. You know what I'm saying? My brother and my sister said it all. Let's move on. I don't want to get that no more attention than it needed. We're gonna move on to the next.
As I've been saying recently, Q, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. I think we've all heard that before, but how I've added to that statement is, if it needs to be explained, it's going to stand for something.
Bingo. That's great. I like that. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that one, my boy.
Listen, I just came out with it one day. I'm like, that shit sticks, motherfucker. That shit sticks right there. Because we've always heard that, right? But I felt like that needed just some oomph to it. Because it's like, well, what if one day it needs to be explained? Well, something need to be explained, and I ain't gonna stand for just nothing. It's gonna stand for something. So
That's right there. So yeah, we can move on. But yeah, I like the dynamic. I feel like he'd be a great addition to Tay's family.
Oh, absolutely. Child, Tay, but listen, that comment better be lucky Tay came. Tay don't know who that is, because Tay gives a refined my man energy. Don't let that smile and that refinement fool you. They are from Philly, okay? Listen.
I mean, you just mad because evidently ain't nobody picked you, but it's okay.
Child.
It's okay. Not everyone can be chosen.
Exactly.
Okay. Somebody has to do the choosing in order to be chosen. Sometimes you can't be either. You just have to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, as I often say at the end of every show, it's one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. Indeed. Here's a little bit of that clip, everybody. Here we go.
that? And how do you treat your partner?
They, you know, it was like, hi, how you doing? And boom, straight to the questions.
The way I cope with stress is I work out.
Did you date other women? Did you have other connections?
Yes, I did have other connections, but it was fake from the beginning.
So do you have a type?
I really don't have a type.
So even with like characteristics.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. I want to see what Auntie. I want to see because you was gonna keep drilling me. Like,
I sure will. I keep it going.
Right.
It's okay. Auntie, you got anything?
Let's see.
Let's see what we got here.
Playing.
They came prepared, baby. Okay. My aunt, she was like, I'm not gonna forget it. She wrote everything down.
Do you make each other laugh?
I got like a corny sense of humor, but for her, she's constantly laughing.
He's just so he's funny.
I just start walking.
She's smiling now.
Yeah.
So when you're angry,
there it is. So, you know. Yes, indeed. That was good. That was very, very good. And I will just say this to anybody trying to date anybody in Tay's family. I feel like the auntie is the, you know, she's the calm, but that cousin is the lie detector. The auntie gives the questions of the lie detector test, and the cousin will let your ass know if you telling the truth or your ass is lying.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing about it is, bro, and to break it down, what you said, even deeper, you see the two mentalities of thinking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Young folk thinking is more so like, I'm trying to see these red flags you got. Let me, you know, the surface level thinking of it. I mean, like, oh, I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see, well, you got this, you got that. But when Auntie spoke with so much wisdom, it was like, do you make each other laugh? And you break and you sit there and you think of
that's a great contrast, Q.
Of her question. Dude, and so many words she's saying, do y'all enjoy each other? Do you genuinely enjoy each other? Because if you don't have no cell phone, you don't have no devices, when you're there looking at each other, do you make each other laugh? And when you think about it, it's like, wow, do we really enjoy each other's company? You know what I mean? That's what she was asking. You know, the other girl was really trying to compare and contrast, you know, each of them, you know, and really trying to find out, you know, is there anything wrong with Cisco? Like, am I vetting him enough? The auntie said, do you make each other laugh? If she didn't make it about just Cisco, she made it about Tay too.
Yep.
Do y'all make each other laugh? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, two things for sure, you know, things that make me laugh, it might not, you know, my joking moments might be different with a companion versus my brother. You know what I'm saying? Bray. His interaction with a young lady, their communication would be totally different, but it's understood. You know what I mean? So the what you said was so powerful, bro. You know, very, you know what I mean? But when you sit there and look at it, as far as where you're at and where you're going, you know what I'm saying? She brought up the whole financial thing. That's just what
right. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why we say our brother Q, and we don't say that for nothing. We're waiting on him to do his YouTube channel because, listen, I know I'm decent at being a man, but that Q, we call him my brother Q for a good damn reason. Do you understand me? All four people on this panel, while we and this, you know, this season we've had a, you know, superwoman saving the world. Okay, Dr. Solana, Dr. Ucha. Dr. Ucha. But let me tell you this panel is always good, whether the four of us assemble or us Avengers got different assignments, but we always hold it down together.
Most up.
Form and fashion. It takes all of us or it's none of us. Okay? Because that's the beauty of this panel and the way we do it is like This is like a, chill out plus like a class. But it's not class where you gotta take like a quiz and stuff, but it's just like, hey, you know what? I didn't know that could be an answer on a test for me for me to know what I want in a relationship. I didn't know that could be an answer on this test. I didn't know I could write that down and submit that, and that could matter to somebody. This is like a study guide, session, actually. Low key. Just a little more soul and personality, but Oh, my Lord. Hey, one person, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We're just talking about Ready to Love. We are live on tour.
Yeah.
You and Gigi here. Go ahead, Gigi.
I was just saying, definitely love this panel. We are definitely a family united up here. We all have different personalities, but we definitely mesh well, and we bring a lot to the episode. How many times have we held an episode up that was trash? Like
this
we
whole
done made
season.
episode,
Good
okay?
Lord.
But yeah, definitely love the dynamic with Cisco and Tay. But let's move on to this train wreck.
Ooh, do we have to?
Oh wait, no, I think next is
Cam.
Is it Cam? Okay. So I really don't feel like there's really too much to talk about with them, because we done pretty much talked about Cam and Angie. Like,
no, go ahead.
The dynamic, I was just gonna say, the dynamic with them, with his family, he still seems standoffish and he's very indecisive. Like, you could just tell he just still didn't know what he wanted. Him being there around her family, I feel like that's just another ego boost for him. That's just for him to be able to say that he did it. But I don't really see, I mean, we know that he really didn't like Angie. He liked the sexual chemistry between them, but Sahara is who he liked, because I feel like he just like his sisters, I think it was his sister or his niece, or no, his cousin or niece, said that Sahara was more of like the girls that he dated in his past. So Sahara's more so somebody that he really wants to be with. So I feel like this whole time, him sitting there with her family was just another step in the process, just to get to the point of him knowing that he wasn't going to choose her. Call it closure if you want to.
Right.
Like, this was the end journey for him and between them. So this is like the last hurrah.
No, I fully agree with you.
That's what I think.
No, for sure. And you know what, to me, to be honest with you, and I say this because Q and Gigi and Sahara were all right. Bruh, could you not have engaged a lot more? I felt like I was intruding on a family meetup. Sincerely. Like, this reminded me of the time where Tommy showed up as somebody's ex because they couldn't have their exes there. And Tommy gave more energy. I mean, I could have showed up. Just been like, hey, you know what? Listen, hey, you know what?
I agree with you, bro.
Y'all say that again?
I said, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. He really didn't seem like
because I could have showed up and been like, hey, listen, I just happened to overhear, and this is about relationships. Let me tell you something. I believe that if you can't give energy here, they should not be able to have access to invest in you or take energy from you. Now, I'm going to go back to my seat. And then production like, who in the hell was that? And then the other producer will be like, that was a word that he said. Can he? Well, child, it's the end of the season. Okay, and he has more intelligence than Cam does. That was some energetic energy. Over to you, Q, for your commentary on this. Because that's why I truly felt like we were intruding on Angie's family.
I really enjoyed her family. I really did. Their interaction with each other. That was dope. I really did. But I was just disappointed. And another thing, he was so quick to kiss Sahara, and Angie tried to give him a little pecky. He backing up. You know what I'm saying? So he had his decision made all along. And that's exactly why Cam got what he deserved.
Yeah.
He got what he deserved. He really did. Because there's no way that the blow thing about it was he sat there and wasted roll time. Oh, I think I see Rose slipping from me. I got to get back more talking to her. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
all of this was just an ego boost to Cam. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I really felt like it. Because I'm just like, bruh, like, you knew who you wanted all along. Why you just didn't go ahead and just make that known? You know what I'm saying? Instead of wasting all these people's time. He was gaslighting everybody all the way to the end. And for her to sit there and say, hey,
No, absolutely. I totally feel you. You
Yeah.
know. No, go ahead, Gigi.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I agree. Like, that was definitely just, like I said, I feel like that was just the ending for him. That was just a moment. Because just like you said, she tried to kiss him, he backed away. He really didn't seem engaging like that. The questions that
Not at all.
and responses were very vague. There's a lot of questions with Cam. Like, and Sahara was right. Like, he's very indecisive. Like, you're going all that time. Like, I understand the process of not outright being able to say, hey, I choose you, but you can show it in your actions.
Correct.
Cam did not do that in this process. So it was unclear who he really chose or who he liked because he kept his options open the entire time.
I mean,
And I feel like that's because that's his way of winning.
Right. I mean, even Cam's family members said that he was stubborn. And, you know, Deanna gave context, conjecture, and connection to Cam and that interaction. But even Deanna is right. Because, I mean, even though Deanna was a lot, at least she had a pulse. You know what I mean? And the monitor was always on her. And there was a beat when she sat down and got up. You know what? Let me stop. Stop. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna read this comment real quick, guys.
Go right.
So CCJM says, okay, so this is, let's just put this in a bubble, okay? So Cam's perspective. So I'm a firefighter. I'm a #firefighter who wants you to wait for me to decide if I should get you out of a smoky or burning building.
Oh, wow.
No, that's not right. He's not #system material. That ninja for #white chicks. I would choose me too. Congratulations to the couples who are coupling. What do y'all think about that?
No lies told. You know, when Q said that Rose was slipping away, there's only one thing I have to say to that.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah. Time.
Well, Q said time was slipping away, so Rose was slipping away. So, you know.
Great response.
Thank you, sir.
I'm putting myself in the corner.
Don't stay there too long now. Hold up. Nah.
Exactly. You still got work to do.
It's all right. That's what a mobile device is for. I'll take y'all with me. We all in the corner.
Whew, okay.
But great reference though. That okay. I see where you're coming.
Yeah.
But seriously, how does that sound?
That's
like there's so many questions about it because okay, you're a shit, I can't even say it. You're a firefighter, but you can't decide. You're not good at making decisions. You're stubborn, and then you're scared of having your windows busted out. Listen, sometimes it doesn't even have to be a crazy ex. you could be somebody that was seen on the job, because I mean, from what I know about firefighters, they don't just put out fires. They go to, traumatic car accidents, and normally they're like first on scene. Sometimes before even the ambulance gets there. So they have to be trained in CPR too. Like there's a lot of stuff that they have to do beyond just putting out fires.
Correct.
So you can make enemies anywhere. If you're afraid of having your windows busted out, then how do you go about life? Because anything could happen.
Right. And you know what this is?
Yeah.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just so confused about this. Like, I just,
and
not questioning his life's, choice and career. Right. It's great, but it's like, okay, I don't know.
What it's making me think of, y'all remember when we reviewed that Deanna video and she talked about like the firehouses and the rivalries and stuff, and there's like a secret code in this, that, and the third. It's making me wonder if there was something sweet in Deanna's Kool-Aid about Cam. Because if he's like this in this experience, which we give love, grace, and space to every single person, because it is not easy to come on national television with you never having been on television to give of yourself, not knowing how you're going to come out at the end. That is very hard to do. So we understand that, respect it, and revere it. However, if you like this in this experience, what stories have you told to your firehouse people? I mean, am I off for asking that?
Like, I mean, it makes me question, like, in serious situations where you actually have to decide, life or death.
Yeah.
Pick A or B.
Yeah. And
how much time does it take you to actually choose?
Exactly that. And that's why I asked it, because something's not sweet in the Kool-Aid here. For you to be this indecisive, and you, like, here's the thing with me, Q, Gigi, and Solana, our jobs, they can be heavy, but they ain't that damn heavy, right? You, wrong move, somebody's life over. We do the wrong thing within a context, conjecture, and connection. We can be done socially, but we also can get up the next day within reason, right? So it gives an uneasiness, like, bro, are you even about shit at all? So Q, go ahead. Your mic is open, good sir.
Oh, at the core of Cam, do I feel like Cam's a good dude? I feel like Cam's a good dude. I just feel like at the exact same time, the older you get, the more refined you become. And the more you're gonna put up with, the more you're not willing to put up with things. You know what I mean? Yes. So you can see something a mile away, and you like, nah, I see where that's heading, and I'm not heading that direction anymore.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I feel like Cam's gonna have to keep, dating and growing until he finds out what's best for him. And another thing, this is my personal belief, Q's thought. If you don't believe in something, you gotta believe in something. You know what I mean? You gotta believe in a higher power. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe in something. And a lot of times your belief will help lead you to where you're going. And I heard him say he doesn't believe in higher power. He doesn't believe in this. He doesn't believe in that. I hope one day he finds a belief in something. You gotta believe in something. You don't have to.
No, very well said, because
go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good, beautiful. Go ahead.
No, my apologies. Just to what Q said real quick. That makes a lot of sense, because honestly, you can even see in Cam's eyes, he looks like he's lost. Cam's wandering. Like he's spiritually wandering. Seems like he's physically wandering. Like Cam is very unsure, and that's why he is having such trouble deciding things, because he doesn't know, and it's not per se right from wrong, but he's not understanding. I don't how to put this. That he's not understanding the here and there. Like there's a word to say, but I can't figure it out right now. It's losing me, but still, like he's lost, and you can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his face, like, and the fact that because I almost forgot him saying that he, doesn't believe in a higher power. He doesn't, go to church, like, and which is, fine if that's what you believe, but you can tell that within a person.
Correct.
So I feel like, yeah, he might need to do some more dating, but he's just like I told my daughter, he's got to date himself too. Like he's got to start learning himself and truly understanding who Cam is. Because just like the saying is, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's Cam.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think that he could definitely be a good guy, but he's a good guy with shitty tendencies and shitty qualities. So, what? Yeah, it's a process. It's a growing thing. It's lessons. He's going to have to learn some lessons.
To your point, I think I'm going to help you out here because I know that you said that you were trying to figure out the words. I think what you were trying to say was Cam is always in a pattern of fight or flight. And he feels like maybe, and you can let me know if I'm wrong, Gigi, this is also my own point, but of course we help each other out on this panel, of course, and offline too, that if he takes flight because he's so scared of how the trajectory of the plane is going to the destination, he'll fight against the turbulence. He'll fight against the journey. He'll fight against what could be, what the possibilities of what could be at the end of it. So instead of taking the flight and trusting that everything's okay, I'd rather fight it and never get on the plane because I'd rather stay on the ground, not knowing and not being hurt rather than taking off and the plane could lose control.
Yeah. And then, also the understanding of him not truly understanding himself. I don't feel like he understands his worth, so he doesn't know how to showcase his worth to others, especially women. So he's going to stay stuck in that pattern and continue to date those same kind of women, which has that Sahara energy, which, eventually will lead to the busted windows, or stalking, which that might actually be something that he likes because some people, which is crazy as it sounds, they find love in danger or harm in the ways that it looks. They find love in manipulation. They find love in indecisiveness. They find love in in negative attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I.e. stalking or, excessive calling just to know your every move. Like there's different ways that it comes about, but
right.
Yeah, I just really feel like for Cam, this should be kind of an eye opener for him, so that he can find his right person. Yeah, because I feel like it was a waste of time for him to be there with Angie's family and seeing the dynamic that they have and the relationship they have as a family. I don't feel like Cam would fit into that. Not right now. Maybe later on, but not right now.
You know what Cam has reminded me of? Actually, before that, Q, go ahead because you have your mic open.
Oh, no, you good, bro.
I was going to say, you know who Cam has reminded me of? That tall, smooth brother that was in the car It was about across the bridge, but they did the rewind, and there was supposed to be 10 people there, and he got cold feet. But then at the reunion, I'm being messy. We saw why. Y'all remember that season?
Oh my gosh. No. Yeah. He was nervous as hell at the reunion, and couldn't even get out the car. He didn't want a sip of champagne first. He didn't want no.
A shot of nothing.
Nothing.
That's who Cam
He
is
didn't want to hit a
reminding me of.
blunt.
Like,
He
why
didn't
did you
want
show
no
up?
perk. He didn't want he didn't want nothing. He didn't want to go in there to see the ladies because he just poor thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who Cam was reminding me of. Like, you should have just not showed up at that point. I mean, you know, at least Tommy and them brought him back to the reunion, but you know, if you're gonna be brought on the reunion, at least be something. Good damn. And that's why I feel like Cam is right now. Like, you weren't anything.
You also know who Cam is reminding me of?
Who?
Don't do it.
Cam from Make a Move. Because he was so, you know, act like he liked what's the name so much, but he was undecisive. He needed time. He needed this. He needed that. And
oh no, his
he
name
wasn't ready.
Cam. That wasn't Cam. That was was it Cam? You talking about
yeah,
the one that was talking to the girl that
Oh, Solana's pick. No matter what happened,
yes,
every week Solana dug in hard for him. Yes.
His name
yes.
Yes.
His name was Cam too.
He had the dreads in his head.
Yep.
But Ashley was talking to a guy named Cam too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's who was Ashley from Make a Move?
Yes, Ashley is
Ashley was there.
Yeah, Ashley. Yeah, Ashley. Say that again, Q.
Ashley was there. Ashley talked to a bald head Cam. The girl we talking about, matter of fact, she was there on the first episode of Ready to Love this season.
No, that wasn't the same girl.
No, the girl that was the girl that got married.
No, that's not the same girl. That's not the one from Make a Move.
She was the bride.
Oh yeah, she was the bridesmaid. Yeah.
She was the bridesmaid. Yeah.
Yeah, but she talked to the dude, and that dude's name was Cameron.
And they act just alike. Ah, man.
Yeah.
Great analogy.
Great.
Yeah.
Great analogy. That's the one.
Yeah. No, very, very, very on point. Very on point. And by the way, y'all, just a little bit, T. If y'all looking for Ashley, she on Hinge. I moved my location to Atlanta. Because here's the thing about Hinge, and this is not for a brand deal, but Hinge, we are available. Because there's a lot of black people on Hinge. You can move your location around the country. You can do that for free. So I moved to Atlanta, move my location in Atlanta. Because, if you want what you want, you got to move to where it is. And there was a recent report from rollout.com that talked about geographical locations, how people are moving more moving to different geographical locations, not just for finances, but more for love now than ever before. So I just moved into Atlanta. I'm always in Atlanta, virtually on Hinge. And so I just start, going through, and I'm like, this is Ashley from Ready to Love on Hinge. I mean, the bald head was there, and that body was still there, though. That did not change.
I guess he's still ready to love. Still trying to
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is T. I did not know that. Hold on. Say what?
Yes, she is on Hinge. Yes, she is. Yeah.
Yeah, but Ashley wasn't the one that dated Cam. It was the other girl that was dating Cam.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and this Cam that's who I feel like he reminds me of. Just like I said, the indecisiveness, and then the excuses, the cop-outs, the gaslighting, waiting till the very end
right,
to make a decision. But even then, when he made the decision, like, I don't think they left together.
No, because she got fed up.
Yeah.
Because remember, no, go ahead, Q.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, y'all remember that rooftop party, and all she wanted was just assurance for you showing up, and he didn't give any confirmation or any updates of how late he was going to be, and she just broke that.
So same situation like Sahara.
Exactly.
She even got fed up because he ain't showed up like he's supposed to.
Exactly.
Rose said the same thing, and she didn't cut it off.
Right. Y'all do remember that rooftop party, right?
Yeah, her birthday party.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there is one person that has something to say, because the brother did ask about a particular drink that was on the table. Well, Braylon, since you brought up the drink, you know, it's your man. I'm sorry, that's your line, Braylon. I'm so sorry. Hey, everybody. Listen, I agree with the brother on the drink. Why was the drink left there? That was very disrespectful. That person took time, energy, and commitment to make the drink. And then look at all the food on the table. Now, listen, if production is paying for the food, why aren't we eating it? Really? So I can't get no welcome here? What the hell are we doing here?
Listen, we were letting you speak, Maurice, because I know that you don't like being talked over. Now, listen, it's either give you respect or not. Which one do you want? You can't have it both ways.
Well, I do like my mouth full of y'all rich auntie, you know, so I do like my mouth closed in certain conditions, GG. Just like
especially with the food on the table, because I'm sure that had it been you and Auntie sitting at this table, there'd be no food or drinks left to even comment on.
Well, absolutely, and she's the peach cobbler.
Both of y'all be sucking on ice cubes and then toes, like we don't know.
Well, she's the peach cobbler every night, GG. Okay, just like your pound cake to your husband. Okay, let's not do this shit. Okay, all right.
See, every time you come on, Braylon, get him off the. You know what? I wish I had a you know what? We love
Maurice,
you too,
I'm gonna have
Maurice.
to let you go, bro. Okay, Braylon, love you. Q, love you. Solana, keep saving the world, and Gigi, always a pleasure.
Hey,
now,
fish next time. Just save me some catfish next time.
Wait, say that again, Q.
Just save me some catfish next time. Don't eat all.
Hey, you know what, brother? Listen, it's first come, first serve. Well, I mean, Auntie does come and I serve all the time. You know what? Let me get out of here. Let me just go.
Always coming to steal the show. You can
get out of here. Get out of here, Maurice.
Get out of here. Shit, man. Get out of here.
Whoa. Well, y'all, listen. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen on this show. We got special guests that come through. Stick around a while. You'll like it over here. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Maurice was from Ready Love Make a Move, which was the show we just talked about. And so he is a foodie. And so we just been running with that ever since. So Maurice was supposed to stay in that season, but somehow, I don't know how, but anytime food gets brought up, he comes through. Now I will say Maurice did have some patience. You know what I mean? He did have some patience for a minute, because we're let's see here, 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 40 seconds in. So he had some patience this time around, you know?
Well, there ain't really been no food on the table for him to really speak on. So now his time has come. So
you ain't giving him no wins at all, aren't you?
I bet he's sitting somewhere with his toes out.
The damn flip flops. Let's move the fuck on.
Right, moving on. Moving on.
So, with that being said, we are with Kiara and Jay. This one right here. Yes. Moving on. So, with that being said, these are the cousins. I did say Portia could get it in my notes. Jay, listen. Say that again, Q. Wait, say that again. You were a little bit muffled. Say that again. Yeah, Portia.
All three.
I mean, they all are beautiful.
Yeah.
But you see this right here. This is that right there. It was just the way the dress just filled out, and looked like she was the Black Meredith from Brave, and y'all know in Brave, Meredith, her brothers and her mother turned into a bear. So, listen, let her get some of this intelligence and she might be a Coca-Cola bear. Shout out to the Coca-Cola bear movie. Please do not feed Coca-Cola to bears. It's toxic energy. I'm saying Coca-Cola for other reasons. Can't say that, right? Moving on. So with that being said, this cousin right here asked Jay, what do you think of Kiara? And Jay said, she's funny. And, is a little bit bougie, but she's humble. And then the question gets asked, what do you think about, paying bills and this, that, and third? Do you think it should be 50-50? And Jay says it should be 100% because, that's how my people grew up. And, all the cousins were like, yes, like Portia said, that's a good man, Savannah. So all of them were happy about that. And, this cousin here says, you a little bit flirtatious, but you gotta squash that. And so Kiara, in her my man type of way, her confessional, I felt like she was talking to Jay one-on-one. It wasn't, she was talking to me, she was talking to Q, she was talking to Solana, she was talking to Gigi, she wasn't talking to anybody. She said directly to the camera, pack up that flirting. And the way she said it, y'all, I think Gigi's husband and Q and every man is going to applaud me for what I'm about to say. When Kiara said, pack up that packing, that is like a woman saying, try it if you want to. Wife translation, motherfucker, I wish you would. Okay? I'm asking nicely because I need to move in that fashion in order to get what I need. But this does not mean I'm telling you to press go. Okay, to start this motherfucker up. Q, did I or did I not hit the nail on the head, concern?
Bro, you did. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And I do remember the last time that this happened, Gigi said, okay, and what's your point? You right. We do that, and
let me tell you, bro, I was so let me was when first off they called him out on the flirting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because a lot of times men, we are who we are. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, Bray gonna be Bray, Q gonna be Q. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So a lot of times who you are will beat you to the room. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you walk in the room, you might not even. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, as men, we have our different colognes. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
We have our different colognes. You have that one cologne like, oh, this gonna get him. Oh yeah, if I wear this cologne, it's gonna get him. But then you have those subtle colognes. It's more so like, I want to make sure I smell good. I want to make sure I smell good, and I'm not trying to do too much. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So what I'm saying is, a single man, as a single man, I want to wear certain things to be appealing because I'm trying to get somebody. You know what I mean?
Correct.
a man in a relationship, a married man, is kind of like, I want to keep all this for my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, hey, he learned, even through that small interaction with them, maybe, I need to pull back on this. Be more cognizant of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to let other women know or feel that they have an opportunity.
Correct.
In a certain space. You know what I'm saying? The way he took it, it was like, okay, I feel it. I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? I respect Jay for that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well said. Gigi, over to you for the female commentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just waiting patiently because, and so what? Your point is right. And does
your husband in the background, you know what? That Braylon's gonna beat somebody one day. He just needs to stay focused and disciplined. That motherfucker knows something.
But listen, let me tell you, and Q, I definitely, agree with you. That is definitely something, because when you're single, you present yourself differently because you want the attraction. You put yourself out there to be seen or to be heard, or, whatever the case is. You purposely do it because you're single. And that's the whole part of mating, is attraction. So when you do find somebody, you're right. You got to tone that shit down. You got to, peel it back. You don't have to do the fluttery eyes all the time unless you're doing it to your partner. Smelling good, unless y'all are going out and you're smelling good together. But to it's almost a disrespect to wear the same cologne that attracted your wife for you to wear that out and knowing that it can attract other women. The same with women. Because there's a certain perfume that we put on, or, we wash ourselves with a certain body wash that, lasts a little bit longer when we know what we're up to, compared to when we're single or when we're with someone. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Or using edible body oil, whatever you do.
Whatever the case. Well, no, because sometimes, listen, that's totally different. Only thing about the edible body oil is, only thing that changes about that besides the flavor is the body.
Okay.
Anyway.
Hold on. Women, y'all got it. Y'all got the perfume. Y'all got the dress. Y'all got the shoes. Y'all got the hairdo.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. I need that for me. You know what I'm saying? Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different things. Oh, okay. So since you want to say that, men, y'all got the looks, y'all got the haircuts, the beard trim ups, the shoes, the way you wear your clothes because it ain't sagging but it's fitting just right. The muscles, the way it pops out when your arms is out out the sleeve. Come on, stop playing. Stop playing.
You so saved that because you said collar, but okay.
I'm the collarbone. Listen, because my husband tries to tell me that women aren't as visual when it comes to men as men are as visual with women.
Right.
I mean, y'all being men, you could tell me, but for me, I'm very visual. Like, I am a very visual person. So there might be things that to some person might be like a little something, but for me, that might be the thing that drives me crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a visual person. Like, so do you guys feel that women are visual when it comes to men and like attracting you? Do you feel like women look at you guys in like a way of wanting or desire type way, or do you feel like we're just like more superficial? Like, what do you guys think?
I'll say this. I think it depends on the woman, honestly. I do believe that, in order for you to like a house, right, you have to like a house for how it looks before you go through the door to see if you want to buy the house, right? So that's how I truly feel about it. Now, there are some women that are more about the soul than the look. And then there are some women that are more about the look than the soul. And I feel like there's a entry point, but then you have to want to actually go into the park at some point. So if you don't carry yourself well physically, for some, they're not going to want to enter into the theme park. But sometimes it's the holes in the wall that they have themselves cleaned up, they have themselves together, they are good people, but then that added layer of intelligence or sophistication, matching energy, it's like, you know what, listen, if you can be this good to me emotionally, whether you having a good day or a bad day, I'll always come through. But you have to showcase that energy. But that's just my take. Q, over to you, good sir.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. They got so many genres and so many different they want to, you got because men are so busy. Men are very busy. And let me tell you the thing about it. Let me tell you, you don't hear too many men say, I'm with her because of what you told. You hear a lot of women say, oh yeah, I'm with him because he's worth nothing, because how he makes me feel, because of that. You don't really hear too many men say, cool. You know, women say, men are way more visual than women. You know what I'm saying? The way we look at things. A lot of men don't even want. It's the reason why men don't like their woman. The reason why men prefer dress a certain way when they're not around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's because men with you don't want that you got going on through your head about what you need and how you thinking about your woman, how you do this, how you do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to adore your woman like that. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Let's go this way. You know what I'm saying? Or certain way, you know what I mean, that you think, you know what I mean, how women, you know what I'm saying? That's the men are way more visual. You know what I'm saying? 20 times. Sit here and say, see his homeboys like, oh, I'm gonna do da 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 da. You know,
right?
Too much information. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
but the dude, I'm thinking about doing this. I want to do this, and I want. You ain't going down in the details. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't want to put that. You don't. You know what I mean? You don't want them. My point came up.
No, absolutely. You were a little bit muffled throughout, but I think we got what you meant. Of it depends for men. The package has to attract men physically, because if I can't hold on to the fantasy of you, then I can't get to know the real of you.
Yeah, but I also think he was saying like with men are more visual because I mean that's also because I understand, like, especially if a man goes to another man and they say that they're messing with a chick, first thing the dude's gonna say is how she look. With the female, if you ask, or if girl says, oh my god, like, I'm dating this guy, or I'm seeing this guy, most of the time, besides, how does he look, we ask, well, what does he do? Or where'd you meet him?
Exactly.
Most of the time the first thing is where'd you meet him? How'd y'all meet? And then also I think you were saying about like that's also why men prefer for their women to dress a certain way when they're not around them, because men are visual and they don't want other men seeing what they adore, what they you know, what they have and seeing what they get, or even fantasizing about any other possibilities or anything else.
No, that definitely makes a lot of sense. And also too, it does seem to me that, like you said, Gigi, that women do ask, where did you meet him? But then women get into the minutia of like how does he speak to you? How does he treat you? Women get into the mechanics, right? They get into the V8 engine. They get into, you know, does it have super cruise? You know, V8 the navigation system. How are the leather seats? Are they heated? Are they not? And then for the men, it's like, okay, well, listen, is she a Honda Civic and she can get you in and out, or she a Cadillac Escalade where when she pull up, you get into the back seat and just chill in terms of comfortability. So, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, and not trying to group you guys, but most of the time a guy, especially if they're talking to their friend about a girl they're messing with, and he says, well, how does she look? And you tell him, is you got to pick. Okay, you give him a pick, and then the next thing is, she got any friends?
Exactly.
Yep. Every time. Every time.
You got to pick. How she look? Them first two questions coming out your mouth.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell you. Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
So yeah,
I like to a few meetings. Get out the mid talk.
that part. You stay in your vote, we stay in ours. Exactly. But to that point, I'm glad that Gigi.
Listen, I have sons. Okay, I've been in the vault.
Understood.
Listen. I created 2 members to put in the vault. Okay, so I can come to a couple meetings.
And there it is. But to that point, and all of us are very loving, kind, and gracious. But I'm glad that Gigi went about the way that she did, because I do believe, Q, and let me know what you think on this. I think as men get older, they recognize that the fantasy cannot be a strong foundation for a man's humanity. I'm going to say that 2 more times. The fantasy cannot be a strong foundation for a man's humanity. The fantasy cannot be a strong foundation for a man's humanity. The reality of a woman has to agree with a man's foundation of his humanity. Because if your reality does not make me want to place you in the foundation to build up anything, then hell, the fantasy, I mean, hell, I can go on Zillow and look up a nice house just to have it in front of me. But that doesn't mean I want to be able to go through the house to see if I want to buy it.
Most def. And to break it down, I like how you put that, bro. I'm telling you.
Thank you, sir.
Break it down even simpler. You know what I'm saying? When you were young, you was young, dumb, and full of cum. You know what I'm saying? So that your mindset was wired to, I'm trying to get on something. You know what I'm saying? But the older and the change and the switch happens, some people younger, some older, it just different in men. You know what I'm saying? But when you sit back and you think like, can I build with this person? You know what I'm saying? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Can she compliment me? You know what I mean? When you go to thinking about it like that, you mature. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you walk around, Mr. Johnson, hard as a rock, and the only thing you thinking about is how am I gonna get into something tonight? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I like how I really like how you put that.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Because at this point with dating, I feel like men and women are getting to that point. Like, is your reality good enough for me to want to add myself to your cast? Is this a life where I would want to renew it every season, or am I just waiting around for this to be canceled? I feel like that's where men and women are right now. Like, if your mental ain't right, I don't want to, don't give me a contract. I'm good.
Right. I feel like at this point, I feel like relationships in life is like, I feel like relationships in life is like shoes. You're either Velcro or you have laces. Velcro is easy. Just, you know what I'm saying? Slip on, go ahead, go about your day. But when you got laces, that means you done went through some trials and tribulations. You done had to go through some shit to get to some shit. And you was willing to do it. But guess what? You're laced up now. And now you're strong as ever.
Come on.
See them easy Velcros? If some shit happens, they gonna come off easy. Just as easy as they came on, as easy as they can come off. But the ones that's laced up takes a little bit more. They're a little stronger. It's a little tougher.
Absolutely.
But that's just...
No, let the church say amen.
But yeah, when it comes to this situation with Jay and Kiara, I definitely like the dynamic with her family and them questioning him and, you know, him giving the answer, especially with the 50-50 and her saying like, hey, him saying, this is how I've seen it with my family growing up. This is how it is. So this is what I know. It's definitely a good way to be. But also, I feel not necessarily that was a lie, but I feel like it's possible, like, because shit happens and sometimes 100% isn't always what it is. Sometimes you have to give 80. Sometimes you need 20 from that person. Sometimes you got the full 100. Right. Sometimes it's 98 too. You know what I'm saying? Things happen, but I mean, it's definitely good though to at least have the mindset to know that I want to take care of you, because I feel like that's what he's saying. Like, you don't have to do anything because I can and I'm willing to take care of you. Right. This is what I know. And we even talked about that when she met his family, the fact that he does have a background of, you know, true love or love between his parents, and seeing what a strong foundation can build. Seeing his parents, you know, have been together over 25 years, married for over 25 years. You know, to have that foundation is definitely something good for him. And I feel like it's good for Kiara too. Yeah. The questions that his cousins were asking were great. The fact that they did check him on the flirtatious part and, you know, just how things were. I feel like it's definitely something that could work out. And you could tell that Jay's somebody that will listen. Like, I don't feel like he just took that as if they were just trying to nag at him or, you know, like they was just trying to say something. Like, he really understood what they were saying and took it in a way of, hey, I want to make a change because I am choosing you. So I actually respect their relationship, their whole dynamic. I'm rooting for them in the end. We know they chose each other, but even after the show, I'm hoping that they're able to continue on and grow.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And here is that clip right here, everybody. Here we go.
So
that was my question right there. I was just about to ask you. The fact that you know that you're a flirt is crazy to me. You can't be giving everybody the smirk and the wandering eyes and the blink and all that, because you got a nice smile.
I get you.
Let me show you something. This is what you're doing. I get you.
That's how I talk, though.
Women take that like that's
body
language.
Yeah, that's how it be. Like, come on.
So she might look at you like he flirting, and you be like, "That's just how I talk."
That's how I'm talking.
Like,
that's exactly what he thinks.
So there it is. There it is right there. Yes, indeed there. So then we have to go from great communication to, you know what, I'm just going to say it. This candle has more of a fire than this had a fire. Okay? Just, I know that's really fucked up, Cam, but listen, you did what you did, bro. We can only go off what you give. So, I mean, the candle had more energy than you did. So here we go. So this is the sister right here, everybody. This is Sahara's sister. And I'm gonna tell you something. When Sahara says she's me times 3, I feel like this one is the more sane one than you. But hey, that's just my opinion. Cam has no kids, but it's a firefighter. And, Cam was like, you didn't tell her anything about me. And I will give Sahara her credit. She said, I wanted her to get to know you for you. Which, honestly, that was a great move. Because I've always said to my friends, if you're going to talk about me and talk about the bad of me, also talk about the good of me too. Give me a full introduction, not just an introduction that you want to give. So with that being said, the sister, did put some pressure on, and Sahara, is trying to choose first. Because, that's the thing, like, you're dragging me along. And Cam says the more pressure it is, the more harder it is. And then Sahara checked out of the conversation. She said, I'm just listening. I'm like, oh shit. This is bad. The fact that Sahara, as energetic as she is, to check out of a conversation, that would be like saying Braylon Lee is quiet. Now, Q and Gigi be like, who the hell are you saying that about? You saying Braylon? You put Braylon Lee and quiet in the same sentence? Oh, no. No. So for Sahara to be as energetic as she was, as she is, and as she, moves, for her to check out, that's saying something. And then, the sister said, much love, bro. And Sahara says he did not receive the bro. He did not earn the bro. And Sahara then said, he's nice, but he's complex about it. And then Sahara says she's unsure. Child, Sahara, even though she a lot, she at least is standing for something, because Cam, with Angie and Sahara, you are not standing on shit. When the people around you are flaming you, and yes, pun intended, flaming your ass with the truth, you denying it is you taking that match, that diamond box that you just take that match and you just throw it. That's what you have done all season. You taking that, you throwing on yourself, and it's like, listen, I'm minding my business. I'm being responsible. And then if somebody calls your ass out on some shit, bullshit, put some lighter fluid on. It's like, oh my God, why am I burning? Motherfucker, if you didn't like the match and throw it to start it, they couldn't add any lighter fluid to it. But because you did what you did, you are burnt the fuck up mentally. Over to y'all.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that she checked out, but honestly, what would you expect? What really did you expect? Especially with the personality that she has, and she has been telling him over and over, like, you need to figure this out. I need you to show me what's going on. He keeps giving her mixed feelings. So yeah, at the end, she done got fed up with that. So I completely understand it. It's just, I also understand, like, it's a process, and in this process there's certain information that you can't just give out and just come out and say. But as I said before, there's actions, there's ways he could have shown Sahara that, hey, I choose you, so there wasn't a confusion. And that has been the thing with all the ladies that he had a connection with. Rose, Angie, and Sahara has all said the same thing. Nobody knows where they're at. They didn't know who was the 1, the 2, or the 3. They didn't know, you know what I'm saying, what he was going to decide, who he would choose. None of that. And I feel like when it came to Rose being eliminated by Hussein, that gave Cam an out. That gave him a way for him to eliminate one person from his roster, because he couldn't do it himself. Had Rose not been eliminated, he would still have Rose too. So yeah, I feel like the whole conversation, like her sister, there wasn't even really any deep conversation. You could tell by her sister not knowing anything about him that Sahara definitely was not really feeling him. She wasn't there. It was what it was. That was just a moment. Her mind was made up. Just like when he left, she said it. I'm choosing me. I'm not about to keep playing this game or letting him play this game. She's sitting there trapped in the burning building, and he don't know if he want to go through the front door or the back door while the house is on fire.
My Lord.
Not realizing there is a whole window. Break that bitch.
Yep.
So, you know, I don't know. I again, I feel like this was that final farewell. This was a part of the process, meeting the family. He's done his part, but that was where it left with him.
Very, very well said. Q, over to you, good sir.
Goody for that ninja. Goody for that ninja. Goody for that ninja. You know what I mean? Me and Gigi agreed a long time ago that Sahara was gonna show him.
Y'all did.
Sahara was gonna give him everything he was looking for, and that's exactly what she did. And that's exactly the one thing about it is, Cam went through that whole process. You know what I mean? While he was on top, as to the fact that he controlled the narrative. You know what I mean? And people get tired of you pulling them along. You know what I mean? He'll feed her a little spoon of Cheerios here or there. He'll give her a sip up here or there. You know what I mean? He just stringing her along. You know what I mean? For him to get ready to make his decision. Like, let's be real. Just like Cisco and Jay, they were in a situation where they knew the women wanted them, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So the aspect of being chosen in front of everybody does hold some kind of weight. And it's like, you're not gonna sit here and keep playing in my face and want me to keep pulling along with you, and you not giving me what I need right now. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what he get, because you can't sit there and do that. That's not real life. And the thing about it is, in real life, you do stuff like that, that's where the windows get busted out, because of you playing on people's emotions. You know what I mean? And that's how you gotta grow up. But on the flip side of it, one thing I commend Cam about is him going through the process. You know what I mean? Now, as to the fact of him waiting so long to make a decision, in all actuality, we've seen that happen. You know what I mean? People wait to the last minute to make their decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it'll go good for them. Sometimes it's the latter. But I commend him for going through the process, but he should have handled it a lot different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He should have handled it a lot different. You know what I mean? Then for you to sit there and say, I was going to choose you. You know what I mean? You should have been chose that girl, knowing that you didn't want to be with Angie. When you was with Angie and her family, you knew you didn't want to be with Angie. So you should have been made that commitment to Sahara. Look at Sahara, it's me and you. Because I don't want to be with Angie. So why you couldn't have been say that? I got to go home and think about it. You already knew you weren't gonna pick Angie. You could have been told, look at Sahara, it's me and you. Or gave her some kind of inclination to say, you know, I'm gonna choose you. But it just didn't make sense. You knew you weren't gonna be with Angie. So why don't we go ahead and get Sahara that peace of mind? And that's what it was more so, that peace of mind. She sat there on that show and played sidekick for so long. Now she want her time to shine.
No, absolutely. You know, this reminded me of that brother, Chaz. Y'all remember Chaz and how he was trying to neutralize that woman?
You right. You 100%
on the pier 100%. And all that stuff, and then trying to look suave, sophisticated, and then he said, "I'm getting married."
Yeah.
Sir, you couldn't even handle this process, and you getting married? Okay, good for you, I guess.
Right. But then also, like, just like you said, Q, like, you see it was already solidified and shown with Tay and Jay, you know, with Tay and Cisco and Jay and Kiara, like, they showed each other, I'm choosing you. Even throughout the process, they went through the process together. You know, they did the process just like everybody else did, but they went through the process together knowing, I'm already choosing you. I don't have to look for other people. We can still go through this process and see if we're ready to love. But right now, I've already seen that there's something in you that I feel like I want in my life, and vice versa. And then you got to think like Sahara is seeing this. This is a dating show. So it's not like this is just separate. She's seeing these other couples going through this same process and how they are actually exclusively choosing each other and how they're showing that they're choosing each other and how they're showing each other that there's no one else. Just like Sahara, wanted to have that connection with Jay. But Jay showed Sahara that he chooses Kiara.
Yes.
By letting her know, like, hey, we've never said anything flirty. I do not look at you that way. You know what I'm saying? He shut that shit down. He showed her. Cam cannot do that. He has not done that. So what would he expect from her? Why would he expect for her to stay there and just continue to, go on the same way? It just makes no sense.
No, fully agreed. Fully agreed. I mean, they're like I said, what's understood doesn't need to be explained, but if it needs to be explained, it's going to stand for something. And honestly, to tell you the truth, there was a question on Woo Plus, which is a plus size dating app, by the way. They needed a lot of work on the app, but they do have some good parts of the app. But this question came up, and it asked, do you choose the one that you're in love with or the one that loves you? And at this point in my life, I choose the one that loves me. Because there has been one-sided relationships, one-sided courting, and one-sided crushes that have damaged us for way too long, where I would rather have the one who loves me and be in peace than always giving and being in pieces.
Now that was a word.
Just keeping it a buck.
Like, yeah, that's so true. Like, yeah, I would rather choose the one who loves me instead of choosing someone that I'm in love with who possibly doesn't even know how to give love. So I'm giving love to somebody that doesn't even know how to love me right. So like you said, yeah. Why give to someone and be in pieces instead of letting someone love you and live in peace? So yeah, I definitely agree with that. But yeah, we can go ahead and move on because we are down to the elimination and we already know who chooses who. Cisco or Jay and Kiara choose each other.
And this was a very sweet exchange. And Jay was really, I feel like Jay brought down his persona, and this was Jay, his soul. You know what I mean? And Kiara, I really do like the fact that she said, that she had the my man energy, but she rested in the fact that I can just breathe in how I move with you. As that I don't have to say it, I can actually invest it now because there is no other options because you chose me as the option. So I really felt like it was a very mature selection for them.
Yeah, I think they was very I feel like they're well matched. I really do. And the fact that, they both was on the same page and feel like, they felt like this was a ceremonial type of feeling, which, I mean, in a way it was. Them choosing each other in that moment could definitely be considered ceremonial, especially with the flowers and the way that they were. But yeah, I feel like they're very cute together. I feel like they could definitely be equally matched and definitely work towards being what each other needs.
Yeah.
That's your man. You got him. So y'all make it work.
Yeah. No, for sure. And then right here, now, if you don't know where this is, Everybody knows what this is. These are rocky steps. You understand? And I think Gigi knows this being the production and media nerd and just everything of the genius that she is in every sense of the word. Location scouts, no problem. You know that. Location scouts do a great job. And when I saw this location, I'm like, oh, the location scouts knew what they were doing, because Cisco had a rocky, and pun intended, he had a rocky journey. And I think that this location for him meant that he got to the top of his steps. No matter how rough, no matter how scruff, no matter how difficult he wanted to give up, he just kept climbing each step. And, you know, on reality TV, you know, you wish for a moment for something to click. When Tay was walking that walk with this little sleeve thing hanging out, that little sash, Cisco, I felt like now Cisco is a very smooth gentleman. But I felt like as they were recording, hey, can we cut this shit? Can I have a moment with my wife? Because y'all see this fucking shit right here? This is mine. And I mean a deep devil mine. I shot over to you, Gigi. I just like
he was definitely in awe of Tay.
It clicked for him like, this is mine. Go ahead.
Yeah, he definitely was excited seeing her, and you could see it in his face, just the way that he looked at her was like looking at his bride walking down the aisle. He knew that was his. She is his, and that's what it is. And I did see some comments. My computer died, but it's all right. But there was one comment that was saying something like, as soon as Cisco gets the money, he's going to leave Tay and she's going to be left behind. And I'm like, I don't see Cisco being that type of person. Especially if Tay...
How the fuck can you say that shit? The fuck?
Right. I'm like, how? I mean, I don't see Cisco being that type. Maybe like I said, if he just came here just for the 15 minutes of fame and he really isn't trying to be in a relationship and be with Tay like that, then yeah, that's some scumbag as shit. And success isn't going to come to him like he thinks he is for messing over a beautiful woman like that. But if he actually follows the path and follows what God is putting in front of him, then he definitely will be able to succeed in life.
Without question. I mean,
Yehovah.
Even say that again.
Because I said God. A lot of people say God, but I say Yehovah. But I just made sure I said Yehovah.
No, you're good, gorgeous. You're good. And this is the thing, right? Like, even with Janelle, as she was showcasing herself, we still gave her a shot. Like, the finale just got here. Just to cast the brother, like, oh, he gonna leave.
Yeah.
We just got here. Damn.
Like, damn. Right. He just gonna leave. Yeah, but Tay and Cisco chose each other.
Yep.
So that was not surprising at all.
Not at all.
We all knew. Listen, we all knew that Jay and Kiara and Cisco and Tay were for sure. Everybody else was up in the air. There was no certainty because there really wasn't any showcasing of intentions besides with those two couples. So, not surprising that she said yes and they chose each other. And you are so right. when it comes to location, that is a perfect location because showing the triumph that actually does build character to his story. Because you're right, each step has been his journey, and he has made it to the top, and he has his queen with him.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute if they could get married right there.
Listen, I'm sure a Ray the Love live wedding as a special on could happen. You know, it's a network of reruns as it is anyway. Might as well. No shade on, but all shade if it needed to be given. Okay, listen. We're now waiting for Ray Love Polyamory Edition, which, by the way, Angie, come close to me, Gigi, come close. We need you and that bartender that you know on that season that's coming up, okay? After Chicago, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Listen,
and Marvin can
what
come
happened
to
on TV.
Marvin
ahead,
can add that to one of his tour stops.
Nephew, we waiting for that season. You said on TV, so that means it's true. It's tongue in cheek, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, listen. Now we get to this. And, you know, we don't have to have a real long conversation, but the energy that was given is needed for a conversation. So, Cam was saying the sexual tension was there, like Gigi said, this, that, and the third, going through, you know, the reflections of his journey, and then Sahara coming down. And I will say this yellow, Sahara was a good choice. You look good in yellow. I will definitely say that. And child, as Cam was saying, you know, we've had so much fun together. We cried together. Said we cried. We didn't cry together. I didn't even get to the part, and we made love, and we didn't make love either. Quit saying shit that I wanted to do that we didn't fucking do. Oh, and y'all, I'm putting 20 on 10, but I think Gigi will agree that's exactly what happened with this conversation. It was Sahara's foot wrapped up on the gas pedal. And it did not let up. You didn't have to press the blue button for the NOS, the nitro blue gas. You didn't have to press that button. Sahara's foot, whether it was tied up, in flip reverse around back, whether it was tied to the gas pedal or she willingly put her foot on the gas pedal, it did not stop for shit. And so Cam was saying, well, what if I were going to choose you? And it's just like, okay, you are not getting it. And then for Sahara to say, I choose me. And Cam was like, really, you could have just waited until today? And she was, Gigi, over to you, child. I feel like I just took.
Listen, Sahara did what she needed to do. I'm so glad that she chose herself, because the simple fact that it took you all of this time and you could not have shown this woman, just like she said. He asked, oh, you couldn't wait till today for me to decide? No, because you gave no inkling, no showing of it was going to be her to be chosen in the first place. So there was ways that she could have known that he was going to choose her, but he neglected her in that sense. And when he said, so how do you know I wasn't going to choose you? Or what if I say I was going to choose you? She said I was going to choose me too. That part cracked me up.
Child.
Listen, she's got personality and humor, okay? It was too much for Cam. But yeah, honestly, I felt like she was right, because the fact that it took him all that time, you wait till the very end, then you want to say, okay, well, I choose you. It's almost like a slap in the face, kind of. I feel disrespected for her. So, no, thank you. Sahara, you did your thing. Cam was not for you. Cam, that's what you get for what you was doing, because I feel like he was doing a lot of gaslighting and a lot of sneaky shit that
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's just something about Cam that just wasn't sitting well with me anyway. But yeah.
Child,
No.
I found the perfect picture to describe Cam's face. I'm sorry.
Listen, if I wanted to turn this camera on right now and show you my face.
I remember when Destiny Payne did it was a gift when she said, "Did you miss me?" And the whole comment section said no. That is Cam right now. Listen, I did the process. What did y'all think I was truthful? No. This is Cam's face. Like, come on. I gave you everything. No, you didn't give me shit, motherfucker. I gave myself more shit than the shit that could came out of your behind to produce the shit.
Yeah, that was definitely his face, him asking production and everybody, okay, so listen, I'm finally gonna choose Sahara. You think she's gonna say yes? No. Well, shit, wait a minute. But I thought that if I waited till the very end that she'd say yes, because I waited. I didn't need to show her throughout the process, because as long as I waited and chose her at the end, that's all that matters. The beginning and the middle have nothing to do with the end. It's the end is what matters, okay?
Right.
As long as I choose her, she'll choose me.
Correct.
No, sir, that's not how it works. It's not how it works.
And you know what, honestly, Gigi, I feel like there might have been an old soul producer like you or myself to be like, hey, Cam, come here. Let me tell you something, bro. Every show is unscripted. And not just because we're an unscripted production. You thought you were the main character, and so the plot had to line up for you to get your ending. The gag is you don't know the variables, and neither do we, motherfucker. We are producers who produce the space for circumstances to rise. The variables and the decisions are up to you. So what you're saying is, no matter what y'all set up, it was up to me and Sahara to fuck it up. Ding, 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 winner, winner, chicken dinner, motherfucker. And that's why Cam's face is Destiny Payne's face right here.
Yeah.
Child.
But listen, at the end of the season, it was a great ending. I am looking forward to the reunion. One comment I did also see before my computer died said,
yes,
Cisco is the brokest one out of the men, but yet he dressed better than all of them. Why is that so true?
Ooh, Lordy.
Why is that so true?
Ooh, Lord, that was a smooth but lethal comment. That was very, very true. Now, in this preview, everybody, Fritz got a new woman and looked like there was a connection that picked up. Now, of course, the editors, being the editors that they are, did their job. And by the way, I want to give Gigi credit. This is why this show, to me, I think it's the best one, the Ray to Love Scepter, is because when it came to those Rocky steps, any other content creator would have said, oh, that was a very nice location. But because me and Gigi are those media nerds of social media, everything in between, we understand the mechanics of how that was set up and why it was set up and the necessary energy of why that space was created. With that said, Rose puts out Hussein's business that he was incarcerated. Tommy is flabbergagged, ladies and gentlemen. Flabbergagged, ladies and gentlemen. Then there, Cam, what the fuck did you do? Because Angie is not here for your shit. Not here, not there, not anywhere. Angie, she is. And then we got this. We got Rose talking to, I believe, Hussein about, are you expecting? And Tommy was like, expecting
No,
what?
it was Cam. Yeah, they were talking to Cam. Yeah.
I was just thinking Hussein because of the Rose thing, but thank you, gorgeous. To Cam, are you expecting? And Tommy said, and of what? Or and what? And they say a child. Child?
Listen, this reunion and this last episode done gave me a new word, okay?
What's the new word?
The new word is, listen, especially when it comes to Hussein, the flabbermagdacity.
You know what? Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Oh, come on. Work with me now. Get to the please. Where are you? There we go.
Thank you.
Say that word one more time for me.
Flabbermagdacity.
The flabbermagdacity. I like that shit.
Yeah.
The flabbermagdacity, the flabbermapocracy, and the flabbermagination. For you to do that shit. Ooh, Lord.
For all, yes, right there. All, yes.
Oh,
for you to do, how dare you?
So wait, you allegedly expected a child, which is responsibility, but you couldn't be responsible for this shit right here. Cam, you better hope this comes out the wash like you think. You better hope you added the right mental detergent.
And Hussein, listen here, let's talk about this incarceration, honey. Now, if it was one of them bullshit ass 24-hour holds, we don't care about that. We don't even care about 7-day holds, okay? But if you was up in there 6 months or more, sir, if you have a number, sir, we need to talk about this because the audacity of this ninja.
I could not. I'm like, oh
I can't wait. Listen, next week, make sure you have a drink, some popcorn, something, because it's going to be a party. Next week's Ready to Love reunion after party. Okay, we are going to, this live stream is going to be one for the ages because this right here, I feel like is going to shut some shit down.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You remember what Cisco said, and shout out to Q for that tea. That Rose, although she's a great mother and everything, Rose was in some shit or told some lies instead of I'm paraphrasing. I can't wait until the reunion. That means talk about because reunion or 2-hour reunion. I personally said they gotta do this in 2 hours, but Gigi said no, it's gotta be a 2-parter because this is just.
I think it should be a 2-parter, but if they do it for 2 hours, I'm there for either one. Either way, I'm there. I just want to know: is it true? Is it not? We are going to find out because, just like you said, production and the way that they are able to leave you in suspense and keep you wondering. That is what is going on because I want to know what is that.
And child, the way Rose was going off, I feel like she might got some receipts that she might bring out on that reunion.
I feel like there might, because there's some animosity. There is definitely some tension there.
And not to mention too, Angie with Cam, and also too, somebody gonna have to explain how Cam is expected. How did you find that out? So be here next Saturday.
Right.
I literally
it's definitely going down. Definitely a 9.7 for this episode.
Oh, for sure. Because Gigi, she called me and she said, Brady, now you normally call me when things go down. I said, I'm sorry, you two wife, that I didn't call you. Okay. I just felt like the episode was the episode and what was needed to be talked about. And I said to her, I genuinely know where I think all of us going to be, but I said to Gigi, and Gigi will quote me on this. I said to her, I do not know where we're going with this show today. This was a cakewalk compared to next Saturday. This was a smooth ride tonight.
Yeah, I feel like next week is definitely going to be. It's gonna go down, and I'm waiting. Honestly, I'm waiting for Instagram to go crazy for this coming week. I feel like it's definitely going to happen. There's going to be a lot more talk. There's going to be some things coming out either before or right after the reunion airs.
Do you feel like we might have to get in gear like we did for the Never Ever Mets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, I think that's what it is. But that's the review for this week. The finale. But make sure you guys are here next week for the reunion of Ready to Love season 10, where everything explodes. Ooh. The set is rigged with dynamite and it's about to blow.
And at this point, fuck you know how you can there's the push down TNT. Oh, fuck that. These are mines on the ground.
Yeah.
All of them are hidden. You don't know which one you're gonna step on, and you don't know if you're gonna be alive by the end of it. These are hidden mines installed in the floor. May the odds ever be in your fucking favor to use the Hunger Games, child, because this is gonna be a shit show.
That part. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. That's my brother Braylon Lee. I am DG Man. That brother Q was up here. Make sure that you, once his channel comes up, you subscribe to him. And to our beautiful sister, Dr. Ucha, saving lives. We love you, sister, and make sure that you are with us next week. Even if not, you're always here with us in spirit.
Amen.
But we are out of here. We love you guys. See you later. Much love.
Love
Bye.
you, gorgeous. Talk soon. Yes, indeed. What a epic finale that was, child. There ain't no way you could have told me that was gonna go down the way it went down. Okay. Let me get y'all the Daily Motivator, and then we're gonna head on out of here, child. Whew. My Lord, Whew, man. My way, shout out to Melody Cherie. I know she had her live today. I hope it went well. Yes, indeed. With that being said, it's time for the Daily Motivator. Liberty, taking the word in its concrete sense, consists in the ability to choose. Simone Well. Yes, indeed. There. It's time for the Daily Motivator for Saturday, September 13th, 2025. The meaning is in the effort. The meaning is in the sacrifice. The meaning is in the investment of your time and attention. No shortcut exists to a life of meaning and fulfillment. You ain't never lied, Ralph Morrison. I've been looking for one for a long time. I think a lot of us have been looking for one for a long time. You can't steal meaning or borrow it or assign its creation in your life to someone else. Ooh, Lord, this got some weight to it, Ralph. It comes from how you live from moment to moment, what you do, the extent to which you give of yourself. Waving someone else's flag might appear to be meaningful, but yet the meaning does not come from the flag, but your personal investment in whatever it represents. Rather than wishing for meaning, make it with your muscles, your mind, your desire, and commitment, instead of futilely seeking to get it for nothing. Create meaning from everything you have. You are filled with the potential for meaning. Orient your thoughts, your moments, your priorities, and your actions to continue fulfilling that great potential. Ralph Morrison. Ralph, you said it, brother. You said it. You said it. You said it. You fucking said it, brother. Listen, let's talk about it. I think in this finale tonight, the meaning meant something to some and none to others. The first thing about meaning, before anybody picks up what you have to say for it to matter to them, it has to matter to you first. Before anybody picks up what you have to say, in order to give it meaning, it has to matter to you first. Before anybody picks up anything you have to say, it has to have meaning to you first. Don't invite me to a party that you're not excited about. If you want me to root for something, give me something good to root for. If you say, I don't go where I'm not invited, and I said this before, I'll say it again because this is a pro tip. You cannot say, I don't go to where I'm not invited, and you don't show yourself in an inviting energy. Okay, so have meaning in what you are putting down in order for somebody to pick it up and give a fuck about it. That's the first thing I'll tell you. Second thing I'll tell you is make it with your muscles, your mind, your desire, your commitment. Sometimes in life, we are waiting for resources to come our way. This is the second point. Sometimes we're waiting for resources to come our way when we already got resources. Sometimes we're waiting for resources to come our way when we already have resources. Sometimes we're waiting for resources to come our way when we already have resources. There's a song from Don Lawrence that says, there's a king in you. I know that life has been challenging you, but the king in me has come to speak to you. You were born to rule. There is a king in you. You don't need somebody to let you know you a fucking king or a queen. Because, child, guess what? Some of the people that are saying who's a king and a queen, let alone their fucking damn self and king or a queen. Keeping it a buck with you. Keeping it a buck with you. Hang on 1 minute. Sorry about that. Y'all had a call come in. Like I said, we're waiting for resources, but we already have the resources. The king in me came to speak to the king in you. There is a king in you. There is a king in you. That's the second thing. And finally, you are filled with the potential for meaning. You are filled with the potential for meaning. You are filled with the potential for meaning. The potential is there, but it's not going to manifest to be anything if you're not about getting to that. Anything in life that's worth having is not going to come easy to you. It's just not. If everything was achievable, people would have already achieved it. Can we talk about it? If anything was achievable, or if everything was achievable, people have already achieved it. If anything and everything was achievable, they will have already achieved it. So potential is what could be. It's up to you to make it happen for what can be for you. And with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing to call yourself, it's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. We have spent time with you. You have spent time with us. And hopefully by spending time together, we'll be great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life. Or child, you just recognize it. Unless you want to make a decision, don't make a move that you can't execute. Make sure the replay is not just right for you to watch it, not just right for you to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. We love you, we value, we embrace you all. Always remember, in order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. In order to receive love, you gotta give it. Wherever obstacles you've overcome, wherever success you have achieved upon this particular day, we are extremely proud of you. But if nobody else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. And finally, sincerely, recognize that through this show, it's called Ready to Love. Just because you're ready doesn't mean that you are open to accept. Just because you're ready to love doesn't mean you're open to accept it. Just because you're ready to love doesn't mean that you're open to accept it. We are all ready for something in some shape, form, or fashion. But are we open to accepting it? Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, all of us, as a society, as a people, as a culture. We feel the love is in the right back to you. By the way, Chit Chat with QT, congratulations on 30,000 subscribers. So damn proud of you. And T-Talk with your girl, congratulations on your 9,000 subscribers. Well deserved to both of y'all. And to everybody who is achieving their dreams, their goals, their aspirations, congratulations to you. The more we celebrate us, the more we'll have in us. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love. We feel the love, rather. And we send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. We love you all. Good night.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you. And everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, You ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it. Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it. Our video.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.